Let's see what he did. And we are live here at Clinton City Field in Clinton, Tennessee on AM 1290 WATO and Tennessee Cablevision Channel 12. It's the Oak Ridge High School Wildcats and the Clinton Dragons in this long-time rivalry ball game. The fans have packed this little field here in Clinton. We're looking for an exciting ball game.
Well, it really is, David. You know, I've played in a lot of football games, 2 state championships. This field has just got so much electricity. It's just unbelievable. Oak Ridge fans are all standing as the Wildcats come on the field. The Clinton fans did the same when their team came out on the field. It's going to be an unbelievable night, I believe.
The Wildcats have won the toss. Let's see if they kick or elect to receive. It looks as if they'll be receiving the ball, and you've got the starting lineups offensively for the Wildcats.
I sure do, David. Number 13 will be the starting quarterback, Jared Tharp, 6'2", 188-pound senior. Running back, same as last week, Greg Adams, Kiki Houston, and Roc Hardin. Split end will be Nick Crow. Tight end will be Jacob Snyder. Center, Greg Woofter. Left tackle, Matt Kimbrough. Right tackle, Ryan Wright. Left guard, Eric Inger. Right guard, Greg Myers. And Daniel Wetzel will be kicking the ball tonight.
Kevin Purcell will do the honors for the Clinton Dragons. They're wearing their all-black jerseys with black pants, orange and white numerals. The Wildcats in their cardinal pants, white jerseys, and cardinal numerals. Back to receive the kick for the Oak Ridge High School Wildcats, junior Roc Hardin, standing at about the 5. Here's the kick. It's a little pop-up kick. It'll be angling and heading out of bounds. It'll be a penalty against the Clinton Dragons, and the Wildcats will take over. First down, 10 yards to go. The line of scrimmage will be at the 35-yard line.
Well, you know, you're really seeing that little pooch kick a whole lot on kickoffs, and especially against Oak Ridge when they have the speed that they do. I think when the ball goes out of bounds, they have the, I don't know if it's an option, but I know they can take it on the 35, which is outstanding field position. They'll take that every time, David.
And indeed, the penalty yardage up to the 35-yard line, and that's indeed where the Wildcats will take over. And onto the field will come the offensive unit. The quarterback, as Scott mentioned a moment ago, is Jared Tharp. Has final words from his offensive coordinator, Ron Gray. The Wildcats first down, 10 yards to go, moving from left to right as we look from the press box here. The Wildcats come with the backfield split for Oak Ridge. In motion, once again, will come the Wildcats, Roc Hardin. Handoff goes to Adams. Adams across the 40, across the 45-yard line. First down, 10 yards to go. 11 yards on the carry for Greg Adams.
What's a good play by Greg. Takes the ball in a little trap play up the middle. Sees some daylight back to his left. Moves the chains. A good start for Oak Ridge. Get the ball first and 10 from the 46-yard line.
As I mentioned, the Wildcats moving from left to right. Not a seat to be found here. There's people standing around the fences here at Clinton City Field as the Wildcats come to the line. Their own 46 splitting out to the right. The Wildcats is James Booker. Now he comes back in motion. Handoff goes to, once again, for Oak Ridge. That's Adams. He grubs once, moves the ball forward for close to another. First down, 10 more yards for Greg Adams.
And I tell you what, David, he just ran completely over number 3, who's the free safety, who is also the starting quarterback, and they called the time. The referees called timeout. We'll move the chains once again for another Oak Ridge first down.
2 carries, 22 yards for Greg Adams. Up to the line, Nick Crow splitting out here to the right. The slot man is James Booker. The backfield split, Jared Tharp. First and 10. Hands it off this time to Roc Hardin, looking for a hole. This time hit at the line of scrimmage. No place to go. Wildcats hand it off to Roc, and he has no place to go. He's going to lose about a yard. It'll be second down, 11 yards to go.
Another whole lot there. It's first time that they ran Roc Hardin, tried to get him outside. He saw somebody came upfield. I believe it was the defensive end. Came upfield, means Roc Hardin had to kind of cut it in. Big number 64, I believe it was, came in with a good tackle for the Clinton Dragons.
James Booker starting for Kiki Houston in this ball game. 10:52 to play here in the first quarter. Second down, 10 yards to go. Tharp from the 44-yard line. Hands it off to Adams again. Adams across the 40. Moves the ball down to the Clinton 39-yard line, where it'll be third down and about 5 yards to go. Greg is fired up for the ball game already. Over 25 yards here in the first quarter. Wildcats third down and 5.
Well, he really is playing really well, David. You know, the first 2 times he carried the ball, got 10. I believe he got 10 or 11 the next time. That time he picks up about 4 or 5. Brings up a big third down for this early in the game.
Nick Crow split out to the right. James Booker to the left. Backfield split. Tharp Under center, 3rd and 5, and he hands it off to Adams. Adams first down across the 30, down to the 25, down to the 23, first down, 10 yards to go. Huge gaping holes opened up by the Oak Ridge line. It's another Wildcat first down, and once again it's Greg Adams right up the middle.
What's a little quick trap, David, the run on the left side, and Clinton is just getting beat to the line. Just big, huge holes there. Greg Adams just having a field day so far in his early in his first game.
Here come the Wildcats once again. James Booker split out to the right. Adrian Porter to the left. Booker comes in motion once again. Tharp will hand it off on the reverse to James Booker. It's fumbled in the backfield. Recovered by James Booker, I do believe. The Wildcats do recover. Wildcats went with the multiple handoffs. The Wildcats nearly turned it over. It's a loss of about 7 or 8.
I tell you what, at that time it looks like they did the little double handoff deal, and Booker tried to cut upfield just a little bit before he got the ball. You can't do that. Of course, the biggest sin, you've got to get the ball first. He tries to cut it up and fumbles the ball and loses about 9, it looks like.
Here they come to the line. Nick Crow split out to the right. The loss is back to the 34-yard line. Single man split out to the left. Roc Hardin, Booker, and Adams in the backfield. Jared Tharp rolling, looking to pass. Looks to Nick Crow, but there's Greg Adams. Adams at the 25, 20. Adams makes a cut, 15, 10, 5, down to the 3-yard line. Pushed out at the 2. It'll be first down. Goal to go for the Wildcats.
Well, you know, we saw a whole bunch last year. They come out with a bootleg, and so many times that he threw the ball to the receiver coming out of the backfield, which this case would be Greg Adams. This year, I believe that's the first time that Greg Adams has caught one. Great play for them, and big, huge play. Gets the ball 1st and 2 from the 2-yard line.
Actually put him out at the 1-yard line. It'll be first down, goal to go. Jared Tharp brings his team up to the line once again. Nick Crow brings in the play from the sideline. He splits out to the left, out to the right. On the right side, the tight end, Jacob Schneider. Full house backfield. Matt Collins, John Jordan, Greg Adams. The call goes to Jordan. He's into the end zone. Does he score? No, he fumbled it into the end zone, and they have recovered. Huge play for the Clinton Dragons. The handoff was, I believe, to go to John Jordan in the big jumbo set, but he turned the ball over, and the Dragons have it 1st and 10 at the 20.
Well, it's the first time I've seen that set. David, big John Jordan, 309 pounds, lines up and just hands it to him, and from here it's hard to tell, but the ball's on the ground. Clinton recovers in the end zone. They'll get the ball on the 20-yard line.
Huge momentum shift for the Clinton Dragons. Now their offense will come onto the field, led by their quarterback, Tony Colston. He's a senior, 6'3", 175 pounds, an outstanding thrower, threw for over 1,500 yards a year ago. Here they come to the line. Split out here to the near side, Jermaine Shephard, along with Michael Kirkpatrick. Backfield single running back. That's Eric McDaniel. Slot man to the right, LaShawn Goins. Colston, 1st and 10 from his own 20-yard line. Scoreless ball game just underway. The pitch will go to LaShawn Goins at the 20, at the 25, at the 30, at the 35. Nick Crow pushes him out of bounds at around the 37-yard line. First down, 10 yards to go. LaShawn Goins carries the ball for a big first down for the Dragons.
Well, it was a big first time. They just ran the toss sweep, not the toss sweep, but the little quick pitch, and he finds a corner, and actually the referees are looking to coach down on the sideline. It may have been a trip that they didn't call, but it's a good break for Oak Ridge.
Colston has the play. Jimmy Gaylor is the head coach of the Clinton Dragons. He's assisted by Frank Fragamini, Gary Holbrook, Mike Engel, Randy McCamey, Roger Toller, Barry Voskamp, the former Wildcat assistant coach, Darren Scarborough, Jason Rohde, and Glenn Woodward. First down, 10 yards to go at the Dragon 39-yard line. Straight I formation this time. Single man split out to the right. Jermaine Shephard here to the left. Here's a little quick pass complete to Jermaine. Tackled by Nick Crow at the 49-yard line, but that's a gain of about 8 or 9 yards on the play. Crow makes the tackle on Shephard. It'll be, let's see, short of a first down by about a yard. It'll be 2nd down and a yard to go. Huge turnover for the Wildcats. The momentum, they had the ball at the 1-yard line as an official's timeout is called, I believe, to bring the chains across the field.
Well, it was a huge turnover, and really one that's, in my opinion, it was kind of uncalled for. You let Greg Adams run the ball down the field. He's got 1 yard to make, or probably about 1 foot to give him the ball. This last play here, David, just a little quick out. It looks like it was probably a little read. If the receiver is up close, then Jermaine Shephard may do a fly route or something like that. This time he was. Looks like Nick Crow was off of him, so they did a little stop route. Good call.
It's another first down for the Clinton Dragons. So both teams so far able to move the ball. Exactly 8 minutes to play in the first quarter of a scoreless ball game here in Clinton. Big regional ball game, Oak Ridge and the Clinton Dragons. They have the ball at their own 49-yard line. Defensively, the Wildcats have Woofter along with Grissom, Jordan, and Stephen Wood. The linebackers, Morgan Blackburn, along with Matt Collins. The robber is Billy Shipley in the secondary as the handoff goes to Goins. Goins, good yardage across the 40. Still on his way, tackled at around the 35-yard line. Just kind of snuck through there. Billy Shipley there along with Adrian Porter, Nick Crow, and Matt Smith. First down, 10 yards to go for Clinton.
Oh, it was a good play again, David. Just a little quick handoff straight up the middle. Really one of the few times that somebody has run the ball up the middle and gained good yards like that on this Oak Ridge defense. They've done a great job all year. That time they let them slip by, and Clinton's really moving the ball.
The fullback for them is big number 45. That's Corey Benjamin. The tailback is Goins. Jermaine Shephard split out here to the left. A single man far to the right. Colston under center from the 35-yard line. The pitch will go to Goins. Goins looking for a hole. Tackled at around the 31-yard line. Still a gain of about 5 or so on the play. Stop is made, I think, by Grissom. Perhaps. No, it's Woofter there along with one other Wildcat. Gain of about 5. Second down, 5 yards to go. And I thought the Sevier County ball game was hot, Scott, but it is roasting here in the press box.
Well, it really is. There's no ventilation or circulation of air at all. It's very hot. Really fairly pleasant outside. Not a bad night to play, but, you know, it is still kind of hot, kind of sticky, and, you know, which Oak Ridge with their depth may really tell in the fourth quarter.
6:37 to play in the first quarter. The Dragons driving the ball. Ball is at the 31-yard line of Oak Ridge. 4-man front. Man comes in motion. That'll be Michael Kirkpatrick. Once again, Colston under center. I formation. He's back to pass. Looking across the middle. There's the man. Jermaine Shephard has interference. Nick Crow and Jermaine Shephard got tied up down there around the 5-yard line. It'll be a penalty against the Wildcats.
Well, it's no doubt it was pass interference that time. It's a good ball fake, kind of froze the defense, and Nick Crow guarding Jermaine Shephard kind of came over his back. The ball was, in my opinion, may have been deemed uncatchable, but it looks like they're going to flag it anyway, and it will be against Oak Ridge pass interference.
Both teams able to drive here early on. This drive started at the 20-yard line after the Wildcats had fumbled into the end zone after moving the ball down to the 1-yard line. Now the Wildcats are penalized inside the 20-yard line. The ball's put down at the 16. 6:17 to play in the first quarter of a scoreless ball game here from Clinton. The Wildcats and the Dragons. 2 men split out to the left, including number 84 is in the ball game now. That's Kevin Purcell along with Michael Kirkpatrick. LaShawn Goins is the tailback. Colston under center, which is at the Oak Ridge 16-yard line. Colston faking, looking to his left, might run. He does. 10, 5, into the end zone. Does he score? Not quite. And actually was tackled right at around the 1-yard line in the corner. So very similar situation to what the Wildcats had. It looks as if it'll be first down, goal to go at the 1-yard line.
You know, he really showed good speed that time, David. He rolled out to his right, kind of showed the ball like he was going to throw it, and then ended up tucking it under his arm and going. He's got really good speed, good explosion, and now Clinton has got the ball on the 1-yard line of Oak Ridge.
5 minutes, 59 seconds to play. We're in the first quarter. Once again to the line of scrimmage. They'll come I formation. Corey Benjamin, the fullback. Goins, the tailback. Kirkpatrick and Shepherd split out to the left. From the eye, Goins fumbles the football. It's on the ground, and Colston falls on it back at the 5-yard line. So almost a very similar situation to what happened to Oak Ridge. They'll lose about 3 yards back, or 4 yards back to the 5-yard line, where it'll now be second down, goal to go. Both teams able to drive the full length of the field. Wildcats fumbled in the end zone. The Dragons have it second down, goal to go. Dan Peters, our engineer, back to the station. We're also on Tennessee Cablevision Channel 12. We're joined by Philip Leander, Chris Boyd, and Matt Tedford. Here come the Dragons to the line at the 5-yard line. Single running back for them is Eric McDaniel. In motion comes Kirkpatrick. Colston under center from the 5. Here's the pass in the end zone. Jermaine Shephard, touchdown, Dragons. He makes the catch in the center of the left corner of the end zone. Just went high above his defender, and the Dragons lead it by a score of 6-0.
It was a really nice play that time, David. Just a little fade route to Jermaine Shephard. Colston just lifts up, takes 2 steps, and just lobs the ball up. Really nothing you can do about that one, David. You throw that and execute that, you're going to score a lot of touchdowns.
And into the game to attempt the extra point for the Clinton Dragons will come Kevin Purcell, a 5'10", 175-pounder. To hold for them will be Jason Jones, 5'9", 160-pounder. 6-0 Clinton. Here's the snap. Here's the hold. The kick is on its way, and the kick, it is good. Time on the field, our score. 5 minutes to play in the first quarter. It's 7-0 Clinton. We'll be back in 60 seconds. As the Dragons now up by a score of 6-0. It'll be Purcell to kick off. High kick once again, fielded by Adrian Porter at the 20-yard line. Looking for hole 25. Porter to the 30-yard line. Tackled at that point by the Dragons. The Wildcats will take over. First down, 10 yards to go. And back out on the field will come the Oak Ridge offense, which was able to move the ball all the way down to the 1-yard line before fumbling on a 1st and goal at the 1. Wildcats find themselves now trailing 7-0. Excellent drive for Clinton.
Well, you know, it's an excellent drive for Oak Ridge until they fumbled. Then Clinton comes right back, matches it. Both teams on the offensive anyway, just looking very impressive. You know, let's see what Oak Ridge has in store for drive number 2.
One thing that's apparent is you look out on the field for the Dragons, their secondary consists of their much of their starting offense, as the handoff goes to Adams, and he moves the ball to the 35-yard line, where he is tackled at that point by Clinton. The Wildcats, as I was going to say a moment ago, the Dragons have Tony Colston, their quarterback, starting in the secondary. Jermaine Shephard, LaShawn Goins starting in the secondary. And you're exactly right about the heat and the length of the ball game, because they can get very, very tired.
Well, you know, something else you have to look at. Clinton is wearing all black. They're wearing black pants and black shirts, which is going to take a toll on them as well.
Second down and about 4. Handoff goes for nothing. Hit at the line of scrimmage, which is the 36-yard line. The Wildcats trying to carry the ball. I'm kind of interested in wondering where Kiki Houston is. I see him on the sideline over there. James Booker got the start in the ball game, his first start ever as a Wildcat. Kiki has yet to see the field for Oak Ridge. It'll be the Wildcats coming to the line. Booker split out here to the right, single man to the left, backfield split. Adams along with Roc Hardin. Tharp, third down at about 4. Quick pitch goes to Roc Hardin. First down, down the sideline, tackle it around the 45-yard line. Fine run by Roc Hardin, got to the outside. One of the few times we've gotten to see Roc really just explode on the little pitch out there. 1st and 10 Wildcats.
That was a good play, David. Just the little quick pitch to get you. That's the easiest way to get your running back, especially when a good speedy running back on the corner. Just pitch it out, let him go. First down at the 40, about 46.5-yard line of the Wildcats.
3 minutes, 37 seconds to play. First quarter action, 7-0. The Clinton Dragons on top. Sophomore Adrian Porter split out here to the right. In motion, Roc Hardin. Tharp will pass. Lots of time. Looking, firing. There's Jacob Snyder, complete at the 30, at the 25. Makes a cut at the 20. Down to the Clinton 18-yard line. It'll be first down, 10 yards to go. Jacob Snyder on the reception. The tight end pass that worked so well against Sevier County. 1st and 10 Wildcats.
What's that drag route, David? Oak Ridge does the bootleg pass. They'll do it 7 or 8 times in a ball game. If you're going to beat Oak Ridge, you've got to stop that. Oak Ridge has run it twice, had big plays both times. Jacob Snyder makes a great play about the 22, 23-yard line to jump over a player.
At the 18-yard line, 1st and 10 Wildcats. Roc Hardin in a slot. Tharp under center from the 18. Handoff, Greg Adams looking for a hole. Tripped over the legs of his guard, Greg Myers, I think, as he tried to make his cut. It'll be no gain on the play, maybe a yard at most. They move the ball to the 17, where it'll be 2nd down and 9. 2:48 to play first quarter in a very fast-moving first period. The Dragons on top by a score of 7-0. Adrian Porter brings in the play from the sideline. Packed house here at Clinton City Field, and you're listening to the game live on WATO and Tennessee Cablevision Channel 12. Adrian Porter split out to the right. Roc Hardin to the left. Backfield, Adams and Booker. Tharp under center from the 17. Quick push to James Booker. 15. Booker slides forward to around the 13-yard line. Short of a first down. They need to get to about the 8. It'll be 3rd down facing the Wildcats. 3rd down at about 3 or 4 yards. They put the ball down just inside the 13-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and about 4 yards to go. Bringing in the play from Ron Gray and Joe Gaddis, the head coach of the Wildcats, once again is senior Nick Crow. We're down to 2 minutes to play in the first quarter. 7-0. Clinton, an 80-yard drive. The Wildcats have marched down the field themselves from the 30-yard line. They're now at the Dragon 13. Booker splits out to the right. Crow to the left. Jared Tharp under center. Booker comes in motion. The handoff goes. No, it's Tharp needing a block. He might run. Turns the corner. 10. Looks. Oh, what what a huge block by one of the Wildcats. And guess what? It's a touchdown for the Wildcats. Greg Adams leveled a man down at around the 10-yard line, opened this clear sailing hole for the quarterback, Jared Tharpe, and it's a touchdown for Oak Ridge.
Hey, first of all, I really like that call. You've got the whole side of the field. Jared Tharpe's got great speed. You know, roll him out. If there's a receiver, let him throw it. If not, let him tuck it up. About the 10 or 12-yard line, Greg Adams peels back and just annihilates the guy. Awesome block.
And into the game to attempt the extra point is Daniel Wetzel. Drew Walker to hold. Jacob Schneider to snap. The kick by Wetzel is on its way up and good. 7-7 our score. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Back here at Clinton City Field on AM 1290 WATO and Tennessee Cablevision Channel 12. It'll be Daniel Wetzel to kick off. Back to receive the kick, Jermaine Shephard standing at the goal line. 1:41 to play. 7-7 our score. We're in the first quarter. Exciting ball game so far. Ball's on the tee. Daniel making his approach, and here's the kick. Wetzel hits a line drive down the middle of the field, fielded by number 6 for the Dragons. That'll be Brian Rutherford. He fumbles the ball. The Wildcats all around it, but the Dragons will recover it around the 22-yard line. Just kind of a squib kick down the middle of the field, and the Dragons take over 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
I do have the starting lineup for defense. I didn't get to that first of the ball game. Number 78, Big John Jordan will start left tackle. Right tackle, Tommy Grissom. Left end, Greg Woofter. Right end, Stephen Wood. Linebacker, Billy Shipley. Linebacker, Matt Collins. Linebacker, Morgan Blackburn. Cornerback, Adrian Porter. Quarterback, Nick Crow. Matt Smith, and Drew Walker.
1st and 10, Clinton at the 22-yard line. 1:37 to play. 2 receivers split out here to the left. Single running back, Tony Colston at quarterback. Colston hands it off to Goins. Goins turns the corner, 25. Tackled by the Wildcats, Morgan Blackburn at the 30, but not after he gains 8 yards on the play. Blackburn just kind of tracked him down from behind. He's actually tackled to the 29. It'll be 2nd down and about 3 to go. 1:20 to play. First quarter, 7-7 our score. The Wildcats have had 2 very impressive drives, scoring on one, fumbling on the other. Ball's at the 29-yard line. It's about 2nd down, a long 2 to go for first. They're moving from right to left here in the first quarter of this Region 2 ball game. The winner has a good position for the regional championship, at least progressing with lots of regional games to go. High formation, Colston looking at a 4-man front. 2nd down and 3. Handoff goes to Goins. Goins, big hole, gaping hole, 40, 45, 50, 45, 40. Here comes Nick Crow to make the tackle. Goins is tackled all the way up the field to the 25-yard line. Goins just got free right in the middle of the field. It'll be 1st down, 10 yards to go.
Well, you know, earlier they ran a play similar to that, and I said, you know, it's the first time that we run the ball in the middle and have got any substantial yards. This is the 2nd time. That ball goes straight up the gut, huge hole, and thank goodness Nick Crow, the big track star, is probably the only guy could have run him down.
Ball is at the 20-yard line officially. It's now 1st down, 10 yards to go for Clinton. 39 seconds to play and counting here in the first quarter of a 7-7 ball game. The Dragons driving again. Michael Kirkpatrick split out here to the left side along with number 84, Kevin Purcell. Backfield, single running back, Colston, 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. This time the handoff goes to number 45, who carries the ball forward. I believe that was Corey Benjamin. He brings the ball forward for a positive gain for the Dragons. Officially, let's see, as Tommy Grissom makes a stop, that's the end of the first quarter. Our score after 1 quarter of football here at Clinton City Field is the Dragons 7 and the Wildcats 7, and we'll be back in 60 seconds.
Well, so far, David, it's just been non-stop excitement. You know, what a wonderful game for the fans to watch. You know, Oak Ridge gets the ball, drives down the field. Clinton gets the ball, drives down the field, and then vice versa. Once again, Clinton is marching again. They got the ball on the 17-yard line. 2nd
down, 6 yards to go. The ball, as Scott mentioned, at the 17. Single running back. 2 receivers split out to the left. Tony Colston under center. Will roll to his left. Here's the pitch to Shepherd. He's hit in the backfield. Dropped for a huge loss by Stephen Wood. Shoved out of bounds by Stephen Wood. Huge loss. Back here to around the 27-yard line. Jermaine loses about 10 on the play.
You know, you look at Stephen Wood and you say, there's no way in the world this guy can play defensive end. He's probably 6'2", 175 pounds, very tall, very lanky, but he uses his body very well, and that time just made a big play. They ran a reverse with Jermaine Shephard, excuse me, and did a great job by not letting him get inside, made the big loss about 6, it looks like.
Michael Kirkpatrick, Jermaine Shephard split out to the left. Single running back this time is number 45 for them. That'll be Corey Benjamin. Third down, 16 yards to go. The ball at the 28-yard line of the Wildcats. 7-7 the score. Colston to pass. Looking. Here comes Adams. Here comes a lots of pursuit. The Wildcats. Morgan Blackburn just makes the tackle after a gain of about 6. Somebody else down there. It looks like Matt Smith. Blackburn was down there. One other Wildcat. It'll be 4th down and 10 for the Clinton Dragons. So the big loss on the reverse hurting the Wildcats, and they'll bring the kick team in. 11:22 to play for the Dragons, I guess. The ball is at the 22-yard line. 4th down, 10 yards to go. And into the game to attempt a field goal will come Kevin Purcell, 5'10", 175-pounder. He'll put the tee down, let's see, at around the 29-yard line, at the 29, making this a 39-yard kick from the far hash. 11 minutes to play, clock ticking, 7-7 the score, the Dragons and the Wildcats. Purcell to attempt the 39-yard field goal. 4th down, 10 yards to go. Here's the snap. Here comes the pressure. The kick is on its way. Plenty of leg, and it is no good. Off to the left side. And so we remain tied at 7 here in the first half. 10:43 to play, and back out on the field will come the Oak Ridge offense.
It looks like Oak Ridge really dodged the bullet that time. It had plenty of leg, and it appeared, at least from where we are, to go just over the left goalpost. Big break for Oak Ridge, and they'll take over on the 20-yard line. Need to get the ball going once again.
It looked good to me. I don't know. I guess our angle is just bad as the Dragon defense is back out on the field. The Oak Ridge offense as well. Up to the line, the first man is the center, Greg Woofter, Matt Kimbrough, Eric Inger starting, along with Greg Myers for the Wildcats and Ryan Wright. The Wildcats with a backfield split. Quarterback is Jared Tharp. Kiki Houston with the call. Here's the reverse to Roc Hardin. Roc at the 20, up to around the 23-yard line. Gain of about 3. So Kiki Houston makes his first appearance in the game for the Wildcats. It'll be 2nd down and about 7 yards to go.
I don't know what's wrong with him. I don't know if he's in the doghouse or sick or injured or what, but it's very unusual to me when you have your premier player not show up until the second quarter. So maybe he was in the doghouse a little bit. Maybe he was told he couldn't play the first quarter.
2nd down, 7 yards to go. Tharp under center at the 23. Handoff goes straight up the middle for good yardage. Across the 30. Then it looks like Corey Benjamin across the 35. 1st down, 10 yards to go. The Wildcats coming out using a variety of different players as Oak Ridge runs the ball, I believe. That was Benjamin. I don't know why I said Corey for the Wildcats. It'll be a 13-yard gain for the Oak Ridge Wildcats. Fine run by Benjamin.
Was the same play that Greg Adams has just been powering up the middle. You replace him with Benjamin, who is about the same build, a little bit smaller, but a little bit quicker as well.
1st down, 10 yards to go from the 35-yard line. Tharp to pass. Plenty of time. Looking long. Across the middle. There's Roc Hardin. Guess what? Touchdown, Oak Ridge. Roc Hardin takes it all the way in and scores. The Wildcats go down the middle of the field. Roc Hardin, a very similar touchdown that he had, I believe, either against Dobbins Bennett or Murfreesboro, Oakland. Touchdown, Oak Ridge.
Yeah, I have not seen that this year. Great play. It's the bootleg action, David. Every time, just about, or probably every time that I've seen them run the bootleg, they have thrown to the bootleg side or the strong side. That time, Jared Tharp just takes a step back and then launches a rocket down. Awesome pass, great catch, wonderful play that time by the Wildcats.
64 yards. Here's the 2-point conversion, and it's going to be good. 2-point conversion. The Dragons didn't line up properly, and the Wildcats took it in easily with a pass play, and Oak Ridge leads it by a score of 15-7.
Well, it's going to be kind of hard to describe that, David. The center comes out and gets up over the ball, and then you have the kicker and the quarterback both down, and then everybody else is on the right side of the field, and then it looks like Clinton didn't go out there to guard somebody, and so the quarterback, the center snaps the ball, the quarterback gets it and just throws it straight to the receiver. That time it was Greg Adams, and takes it over for a nifty 2-point conversion. 15-7,
the Wildcats in the lead. 9 minutes, 43 seconds to play here in this first half from Clinton City Field. A very, very warm press box. It's much more pleasant outside than it is here on the Oak Ridge side. The fans going berserk across the way there as the band continues to play. Now they quit, and the Wildcats will get ready to kick. Jared Tharp has already a considerable amount of yards passing in the ball game. Tharp with already 126 yards passing in the first half.
And he looked sharp, David. You know, the first game he came out and looked sharp and really kind of struggled the middle two games against Bearden. I thought he looked okay. Didn't look very good last week, but this week he is absolutely on fire.
Daniel Wetzel, the kick for the Wildcats. Here it is, line drive, deep into the end zone. Jermaine makes the catch, 5 yards deep into the end zone. It'll be first down, 10 yards to go for the Clinton Dragons at the 20-yard line. Clinton has shown the ability to move the ball down the field. 15-7, the Wildcats in the lead. Exciting ball game from Clinton City Field last year. The Dragons really totally dominated the Wildcats, winning that ball game 28-7. This year, it's back and forth, up and down the field to this point.
Well, it is, David. And of course, Oak Ridge, you knew they were going to come out ready to play after what happened last year. And they've had motivation all week this week. They've had motivation all summer. I think since the game last year when they tore down the goalpost, this is the only game they've thought about.
Up to the line will come Tony Colston. First down, 10 yards to go at the 20-yard line. Goins is the tailback. Two receivers split out to the left. Handoff goes straight up the middle. Nothing at all as the Wildcats make the stop right at the line of scrimmage. Oak Ridge there for the stop. The right side of the Oak Ridge line. The linebacker, Stephen Wood, was around the play. It'll be no gain for the Dragons. Second down, 10 yards to go. 9 minutes, 25 seconds to play. We're in the first half, live from Clinton on AM 1290 WATO and Tennessee Cablevision Channel 12. The ball is just behind the 20-yard line now. Second down and 10. The Wildcats have substituted quite freely already in the ball game, offensively and defensively, as Oak Ridge comes to the line defensively. Jermaine Shephard split out here to the right, and a timeout is asked for. Let's take one ourselves. 9 minutes to play in the first half. 15-7 Oak Ridge, back in 60 seconds. 9 minutes to play, 15-7 the score. Colston under center, backfield, I formation once again. Two receivers split out to the left, Kirkpatrick and Jermaine Shephard. Quarterback with the ball. In trouble, pitches to Goins. Turns the corner, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50-yard line. Pushed out of bounds by Billy Shipley. And it'll be a first down run as Goins got to the outside. Nice play by the quarterback. He waited, pitched it, and then they pick up great yardage. First and 10 Dragons.
Well, it's really a great play all around. David, number one, the fake was incredible. I thought the fullback coming up the middle had the ball, and then Colston comes out, runs the option to perfection, throws it at the last minute. It was just a little bit high. He hangs on, and a big gainer, looks like excess of 30 yards.
Ball is at the 47-yard line of the Wildcats. First and 10 Dragons. 8:49 to play. 15-7 the Wildcats in the lead. Tony Colston at quarterback. Two receivers, Kirkpatrick and Jermaine Shephard to the left. Up the line they'll come. First and 10. Back to pass. Looking. Here comes pressure. Sacked. Colston blasted in the backfield by Stephen Wood. All the way back down to around the 44-yard line of the Dragons. Huge loss on the play.
I'll tell you what, David, I was watching that play, and let me tell you what caused that sack. Number one, Stephen Woods did a great job of tackling, but LaShawn Golden was dogging it. I mean, tell you, he was one of the prime receivers, and I look back, and he was just jogging down the field. He's played every play, and of course has already run for probably 70 or so yards. I'm sure he's very tired in this heat, but he was dogging. He was the primary receiver.
Ball is back here at the 44-yard line. I think you meant to say Goins, correct? It'll be.
There's been so many Goldens here, it's kind of hard not to say one.
Second down and about 19 yards to go. Backfield from the I formation. Two receivers, Shephard and Kirkpatrick to the left. Four-man front Oak Ridge. Goins is the tailback. Colston under center. He'll drop back to pass. Rolling to his left. Looking across the middle. Intercepted by Oak Ridge. Wildcats down the field. Drew, that's Matt Smith at the 40. Matt Smith 30. Matt Smith 25. 20. All the way down to around the 10-yard line. Matt Smith intercepts and returns it down to the 10-yard line. Colston picked off as if nobody was down the field as his receiver except Matt Smith, and he returns it much like he did against Carnes.
Great play. He's always where the ball is, David. Just has the knack of doing that. That time the quarterback just looked like when he was rolling out and when he threw it, it looks like about the time he delivered it, he kind of wanted to take it back. He didn't have a good form and didn't throw it with any velocity. Matt Smith jumps in. Big play by the defense.
Wildcats first down at the 10-yard line. I think it's first down and goal to go as play is halted. Timeout Dragons. Let's take one ourselves. 7:43 to play first half. 15-7 our score. We'll be back in 30 seconds. So it'll be first down, goal to go at the 10-yard line. 7:43. The Wildcats on top by a score of 15-7 here at Clinton City Field. Backfield split. Greg Adams and Kiki Houston. Roc Hardin split out to the left. Jared Tharpe under center. First down, goal to go from the 10-yard line. The pitch will go to Houston. Houston hit in the backfield, drop for a loss. He'll lose 2 or 3 yards. They went out that way, and the stop is made by Clinton. The Wildcats fumbled on the 1-yard line on their first drive, or they would have perhaps had another score on the board. The Dragons misfired on a field goal attempt. Now the Wildcats lose 4 on that play. It'll be second down, goal to go at the 14.
We've got a official timeout here, David. They're taking Kiki Houston out. I don't know if it's an equipment problem. It looks like, it appears to be, looks like something's wrong with his shoulder. Actually, it looks like his jersey is just completely, almost ripped off of him.
So he comes out of the ball game. I would assume James Booker will come back in, and that is the case. And Booker splits out to the right. Adrian Porter split out here to the left. Wildcats backfield split. Booker comes in motion. Tharp rolling to his left, looking, might run. Plenty of blockers. Tharp 10, 5. Touchdown Oak Ridge. Jared Tharp takes it in and scores.
Great decision that time, David. They ran the bootleg. He had an escort. Number 56 was right in front of him that time and did a great job. Greg Myers pulls from his guard position and just running escort. Good. I mean, there's no decision there. He had the goal and made it excellent play. Good call as well.
And once again, it'll be Oak Ridge going for the extra point. 7:09 to play. Oak Ridge in the lead 21-7. It'll be, let's see, unsportsmanlike conduct against the Wildcats. And that'll force Daniel Wetzel to attempt an even longer field goal. I think we might have had a spike, perhaps, on the a spike on the touchdown. So that's a 15-yarder. They'll have to kick the extra point from long range. But the Wetzel's hit long-range field goals all season long, and this will be a 35-yard field goal or extra point.
I hate to see that, but you know, you play a big game like this, the emotion gets to you, especially when you score in that Clinton section. It's right above the Clinton, the fan section up there. You know, all is well if he makes this extra point.
Here's the snap, the hold, the kick by Wetzel. It's on its way, and it is good. A 35-yard extra point by Daniel Wetzel, and Oak Ridge leads it 22-7, and we'll be back in 60 seconds. Back here at Clinton City Field, 22-7, Oak Ridge on top, and Coach Gaddis said he wanted his team to jump on the Dragons early, and they have done that. 22-7, 7:09 to play. Huge interception by Matt Smith, setting up that Jared Tharp touchdown, his second of the night. Jared has played an outstanding ball game. He's thrown for nearly 130 yards, has scored 2 touchdowns. As now there's something going on in the end zone down there. I see a couple of the Dragon players pointing into the stands on the end zone side, and play is halted, and we'll have a kickoff here in a moment. As now I think Dan Fryer, the referee, is satisfied with something, and Jermaine getting back to receive the kick, standing at the goal line. Jermaine Shephard, finally a senior. He's an outstanding athlete, great basketball player, great football player as well. He's back to receive the Dragon kick at the goal line. Daniel Wetzel has the ball on the tee, 22-7 the score, and here's the kick by Daniel. Line drive, squib kick right down the middle of the field, picked up by a Dragon at the 15. Behind the wedge he comes, and is tackled at around the 29-yard line by a host of Wildcats. So it'll be 1st and 10. Clinton has been able to move the ball down the field. They misfired on their last drive on a, their second to last drive. They had the interception on the last drive, but then they had the missed field goal, and let's see what they can do. It's so hot, and they're playing both ways. You've got to feel they will be tired by the end of the ball game.
Well, you would think so, and I think the depth of Oak Ridge, I think, comes into play, especially maybe in the later in the third and in the fourth quarter. We've not even had a punt in this ball game so far.
Here come the Dragons to the line. First down, 10 yards to go. The Wildcats on defense. Receivers left and right. Kirkpatrick and Shephard to the left. Single man Goins here to the right. Colston will pass. Here's the pass. It's complete to Jermaine Shephard. Gains about 10. Very nearly picked off again by Matt Smith, and that would have been an easy 6 points for Matt.
Really would have, David. They ran a little quick out, and Matt Smith kind of lunged at it and with a one-hand try. Almost picked it off. It would have been an easy 6 points, but it will move the change for the Dragons.
Jermaine Shephard's reception moves the ball up to around the 43-yard line. It's a 14-yard pickup, 6:45 and counting, 22-7. Oak Ridge on top here in the first half at Clinton City Field. The Dragons flood everybody to the short side of the field. I formation they'll come with Goins as the tailback. Tony Colston, senior quarterback, Up to the line, 1st and 10 at his own 42-yard line. Colston pitch. He's in trouble. He's not going to pitch. He's going to be sacked. He eats turf at the 41-yard line. The Wildcats come in and drop him for a loss.
I tell you what, that's 3 plays in a row that Stephen Wood has made. That time they were coming out to Stephen Wood on the option, and Stephen Wood did what you call a slow play. It means you don't let the quarterback pitch, and you also don't let him keep the ball. Excellent job. By the time he did that, the quarterback didn't know what to do, had some fill-ins. One of the linebackers, Blackburn, I'm not sure who it was, came in to make the tackle. Excellent play by Wood.
Loss of 2 on the play. 2nd down, 12 yards to go. Out of the contest now for Clinton, is trying to find the Clinton roster here. Out of the game for them will come Eric McDaniel. Backfield, single running back now. Slot to the right, 2 receivers to the left, 4-man front, Oak Ridge. 2nd down, 12. Colston pitches. No, he's back to pass. Wood hits him hard. Here's the field. The pass to Jermaine Shephard. Overthrown. Incomplete. Stephen Wood came in hard on Tony Colston, and there's a lot of pointing going on down there. Colston points to Wood. He could have blasted him a lot harder than he did. He did come in strong. Got the pass off. It was a little bit down the field, and Jermaine couldn't catch up to it. It'll be 3rd down and 12.
I tell you what, those two have already got to know each other very well. Stephen Wood, Tony Colston. So far, Wood's had a lot better of them, but we'll see how that thing goes on for the rest of this ball game. Could be very interesting.
Shepherd comes out of the ball game for this play at least, and up to the line will come the Dragons. 3rd down and 12. Going split out to the right. Colston brings his team up. Single running back behind him. Once again, that's Corey Benjamin. 2 receivers to the left. They need 12 yards for a first. They have it at their own 42. Colston the pitch. Fumbled in the backfield. Kicked down the field. Picked up. Morgan Blackburn. Touchdown Oak Ridge. Morgan Blackburn picks it up. Flags are down perhaps, or a confrontation around the 30-yard line as the Wildcats take it in, and they score again. 27-7 the score, and the Wildcats are in the lead with 5:24 to play. Morgan Blackburn for the score.
Well, David, it's just a botched pitch. They tried to run some little bit of trickery, and actually 2 for Clinton, 2 running backs, different ones, had actually kicked the ball at the time, and Morgan Blackburn catches it just on a hop and goes in for the score.
Daniel Wetzel to attempt another extra point. The Wildcats, the kick by Wetzel, it's on its way, and it's good. And Oak Ridge extends their lead, 29-7 here in the first half. 5:24 to play in the first half. And once again, we'll call a timeout, send it back to Dan Peters. We'll be back in 30 seconds. The Wildcats in the lead, 29-7, much because of mistakes by the Clinton Dragons. An interception, a fumble, and the Wildcats putting it on the Dragons here in the first half. It's 29-7. Clinton back to receive the kick with Jermaine Shephard at the goal line. To kick off, Daniel Wetzel. The Wildcats all over Clinton, 29-7. And Daniel will kick off. And here it is. Line drive. High kick, fielded by the Dragons at the 15. Giving ground, big stick, crunch. Down he goes at around the 13-yard line. The Wildcats all over him, and Oak Ridge down there quickly with DJ Pendergrass, and it'll be 1st down, 10 yards to go for the Clinton Dragons at around the 13-yard line. Clinton can ill afford to make any more mistakes. They have given up an interception for a touchdown and a fumble return for a touchdown.
Well, I honestly believe that you're looking at a tired football team, David. These guys are walking around. Oak Ridge, of course, has got a lot of pep. Defense has scored twice. Big plays for the defense. That time it's a hustle play. It's actually a hustle penalty. DJ Pendergrass hustled down, makes a great open field tackle, and then a couple of the Oak Ridge Wildcats maybe hit him just a little bit too late, but it will give the Clinton Dragons decent field position at the 26-yard line.
29-7. Oak Ridge all over the Dragons with 4:51 to play in the first half. Colston under center, single running back, 2 receivers split out to the left. Goins comes in motion. Colston will pitch to Goins. Goins is blasted, hit, breaks a tackle, slides out of bounds, gains about 4 on the play. Eluded big Greg Wolfter down there and got to the corner. Goins is so quick. I remember a freshman ball game played on this field between the Wildcats and Clinton, and he and Roc Hardin just went up and down the field, well over 100 yards each one. Goins picks up about 5.
Well, he really is quick that time, David. He got the pitch. Looks like the play they tried to run earlier where they fumbled the ball a couple of times. Notice that Goins is coming out. He's got to be really tired.
Up to the line they'll come. Michael Kirkpatrick split out here to the right. I formation, 2nd down, and about 6 yards to go. I formation, Colston under center. Hands it off to the fullback, straight ahead running to around the 35-yard line. Shy of a first down by about a yard. It'll be third down and a yard to go. I think Matt Collins there for the stop along with a couple other Wildcats. It's kind of hard to tell from where we're sitting. They do put the ball down at the 36-yard line. It is third and a yard. Back into the ball game for the Dragons will come Corey Benjamin. And I apologize to Ryan Benjamin, our running back, who came into the ball game earlier in the ball game, and I think I called him Corey as well. I didn't really expect him to see him in that quickly, but because of the heat perhaps, and because of just the amount of players that are playing both ways for the Dragons, wanting to keep fresh bodies in there. Third down and a yard to go. I formation, Colston sneaks forward for a first down for the Clinton Dragons. 4 minutes to play. Wildcats had another scoring opportunity on their first drive. They fumbled at the 1-yard line. It's been all Oak Ridge since. It is a first down, but a flag goes down on the play. Oak Ridge in the lead, 29-7. We're in only the first half of this ball game. The Wildcats gave up 28 points. There's another personal foul. And that's one thing the Wildcats do not need to get involved with. You're already beating a team to death, 29-7. You don't want to get ridiculous fouls and penalties like that to just aid their cause.
Well, absolutely, David. This is a big drive for them. We've already given them 30 yards. If they score a touchdown here, it's 29-14. They've still got plenty of chances to come back. If they don't, I think this ball game may get out of hand, but I don't think they have the firepower to match Oak Ridge pound for pound, play for play.
Michael Kirkpatrick split out here to the right. Jermaine Shephard split out to the left. Slot man to the right. Goins is the tailback. Colston under center. First and 10 in Wildcat territory at the 46. Colston the pass. Batted down. Well, Stephen Wood got his hands up. Incomplete pass. Threw it right into the hands of big Stephen Wood. It's second and 10.
What a game he's had. David, I think he's had 2 sacks. He's had the great play on the slow play. Bats that ball down. Wonderful, wonderful game so far by Stephen Wood.
Second down, 10 yards to go, 3 minutes, 38 seconds to play, and the clock is stopped now. On the incomplete pass, Kirkpatrick comes over to the sidelines. He comes out of the ball game. Back in the ball game for Clinton will come Purcell. He'll split out to the left along with Jermaine Shephard. Second down, 10 from the 47-yard line. Clinton, quarterback, Tony Colston. He'll hand it to Goins. Goins across the 40, down to the 39-yard line, and very close to another late hit by Oak Ridge. Greg Adams was the man almost late. The stops are made by Oak Ridge's Roc Hardin, who's playing defense, along with Matt Smith. It'll be third down at about 3 yards to go. This is an interesting. The Wildcats have Adams in the secondary for the Wildcats. Also, at linebacker, that is. They also have, as I mentioned, the person who just made the stop, which kind of surprised me, Roc Hardin, playing a little secondary work back there at safety. Third down, 3 yards to go. Kirkpatrick split out to the right. Third down and 3 minutes to play in the first half. 29-7 Oak Ridge. Movement by the Wildcats, and they'll be whistled. Dion Maples jumped across the line quickly. They'll penalize them 5 yards. So, what is it? Now 35 yards in penalties on this drive.
Oh, it's killing them right now on this drive, and that time, it's third and about 2 or 3, about 2.5, and the only thing they're going to do, they're going to come to the line, make the hard signals, and hopefully, Oak Ridge will jump off sides. It works to perfection. It gives them a first down. Really, in my opinion, a big first down.
They'll move the ball to around the 34-yard line. It'll be first down, 10 yards to go. Maples comes out of the ball game. John Jordan comes back in. The Wildcats playing with Jordan Grissom, Woofter, and let's see, Stephen Wood. The linebackers are Matt Collins and Greg Adams. Billy Shipley's the robber. Roc Hardin in the secondary. Colston will pitch to Goins. Goins turns the ball up the field, moves the ball to 25, at the 20. Going to be tackled by Stephen Wood. Finally, it'll be a fine run again by Stephen Wood. The Clinton fans think that he was roughed up just a little bit, but as long as he doesn't go down, he's fair game. It'll be a 10-yard gain for LaShawn Goins, an elusive runner having a fine ball game as he runs the ball once again. Goins for the Dragons already with 150 yards in the ball game.
Wow, that's unbelievable. David, I don't think he's carried the ball less than about 6 yards. A gifted athlete.
First down, 10 yards to go. The ball's at the 24-yard line of the Wildcats. 2:37 to play. Clinton fans on their feet. Colston, I formation. 2 receivers split out to the left from the 24-yard line. Colston hands it off for about a yard. Not much more than that as the Wildcats' John Jordan hits him hard and drops number 45 for them, Corey Benjamin. after a gain of about 2. We're down to 2:15 and counting, 29-7. The Wildcats saw the Dragons score first at the 5-minute mark of the first quarter, but 29 unanswered points later, the Wildcats own a 29-7 lead over the Clinton Dragons. Ball is at the 22-yard line. The Dragons moving from left to right. 1:55 and counting. Tony Colston under center, I formation again. Receivers this time left and right. Kirkpatrick to the right, Jermaine Shephard to the left. I formation, Colston back to pass, in trouble. Eludes a sack across the middle, intercepted. No! It's going to be a touchdown for Jermaine Shephard. The Wildcats had a safety back there in the person of number 26, who might be Kiki Houston, although that is Tyler Goforth's number, but by his build, it might be Kiki, who went for the interception, and Jermaine caught it for a touchdown. A funny-looking play. I think it might have been Houston back there. I cannot tell, honestly. His jersey got torn earlier, but either way, it's a touchdown for the Dragons. Funny-looking play. 29-13 the score. The Dragons to kick. The snap, the kick, it's good. 1:40 to play first half. 29-14 Oak Ridge, back in 60 seconds. Here's the pop-up kick by the Dragons. It'll angle out of bounds, fielded by Adrian Porter. Tries to get wide. Porter is blasted at around the 27-yard line, and that's where Oak Ridge will take over. First down, 10 yards to go, leading 29-14 here in the first half. Big drive, huge drive for the Dragons.
Well, it really was, and of course aided by the penalties. 35 yards in penalties, 2 unsportsmanlike or late hits, penalties on the play, the big offsides that gave them the first down, and then that time, actually, I thought the ball was intercepted. I think we both did. Kiki Houston had the ball go right through his hands, but Jermaine Shephard comes up with a big touchdown for them.
Houston and Crow split out to the right. The backfield split. Tharp under center from the 26. Greg Adams, no, that's Benjamin, at the 30-yard line. Tackled at that point by Clinton's Eric McDaniel. 1:28 to play. Ball's at the 30-yard line. Greg Adams playing a little bit more defense, and Benjamin for the Wildcats, maybe unfamiliar to a lot of Wildcat fans. Ryan Benjamin, 6 foot, 165-pound junior. Second down at about 7, 1:10 to play. Roc Hardin and Benjamin in the backfield. Tharp, the quarterback. 2 receivers split out to the right. Jared to pass. Here's the pass. Batted down. Almost intercepted by Jermaine Shephard. And it'll be 3rd down and 5. He anticipated and broke on the ball quickly. The pass intended for Adrian Porter. Wildcats have had a lot of success going down the field with the pass. A little quick pass incomplete, almost picked off.
Well, it's third, and this is a big play, 3rd and 7, because you don't want to give Clinton the ball again. I wouldn't be surprised to see the bootleg again. Maybe if it's there, let Tharp run it. We'll see what they come up with.
Nick Crow split out to the right. Kiki Houston split out to the left. Actually, just the opposite. I formation. 3rd down and 5. Tharp to pass. Pumps. Looks down the middle. Here comes the pass. Incomplete. Intercepted by Jermaine Shephard. Kiki Houston down there as he's down on contact at around the 25-yard line. Pass was intended down the field to Houston. Great play, great athletic play by Jermaine Shephard.
Well, David, I tell you, there's no way in the world that hardly anybody else in the state could have caught that ball. It was overthrown, and somehow he went, was looking back, made like the Willie Mays type catch, but his speed was just, I mean, he just separated unbelievable interception. And that's not the worst play in the world, I think, because now they've got, it's almost like a punt. So they did the pumping up, and I think they saw that coming after he bit so hard on the play before.
Ball's at the 26-yard line. LaShawn Goins split out here to the right. Coverage on him by Nick Crow. Once again to the left side is Jermaine Shephard and Michael Kirkpatrick. Single running back. 52 seconds to play. 29-14 the score. Across the middle. Pass intercepted by Kiki Houston had a chance to pick it off. It looked like it hit his hands. Incomplete pass.
I tell you, Kiki's got to come down with those things. The first one went over here on the touchdown would have been an awesome interception. That ball was catchable. I don't know exactly sure who he threw it to. Not a very good pass right into Kiki Houston's hands. He's really disgusted, David. You can tell him he's bending over. Also, I believe they don't have the timeouts, but I think Clinton has only got one more timeout left.
47.7 seconds to play first half, 29-14. Oak Ridge in the lead, 2nd and 10. Clinton, single running back, receivers left and right. Colston from the 25-yard line of the Dragons. Pumps, passes, complete. Goins moves the ball up to around the 38-yard line. First down, 10 yards to go. Stop is made by Crow, Shipley, and Collins. LaShawn Goins on the reception. 1st and 10. They move the chains. Only 5 seconds off the clock. And the Dragons in a hurry-up offense. 42 seconds to play first half. First down, 10 yards to go. The Dragons on the move. 2 receivers split out to the right. A single man to the left. Colston back to pass. Pumps. Goes down the field long. All the way down the field long. And it goes into the Oak Ridge stands. Close to it. Actually, Jim Miller on the sidelines picks it up and heaves it back into the officials. Stops the clock. 32.8 seconds to play. 29-14. Lots of scoring in the first half, Scott.
What a first, this is great. I'm an offensive guy. I love offense, and when the teams come run up and down the field, and like we said, first half, and they will not punt. Not a punt in the first half by either team. I'm anxious to hear these stats, but this is a lot of fun.
Here they come to the line once again, the Dragons. 2nd down, 10 yards to go. Roc Hardin playing safety, deep safety back here at the 45-yard line. Single running back once again for the Dragons is Corey Benjamin. Back to pass, batted down. Greg Woofter knocks down the pass. 3rd down, 10 yards to go. 29 seconds to play in the first half.
Well, they were coming out with a little running back screen, a little wide receiver screen to Jermaine Shephard. Jermaine Shephard's going to get the ball here, David. I'm sure that Kiki Houston is going to be shadowing him wherever he goes. That time they ran a little flare. Greg Woofter gets the big 6'6", gets his arms up. A big play brings up 3rd down and 10.
Only 3 yards of total offense separate the two teams here in the first half. 3rd down, 10 yards to go. It's been their mistakes by the Dragons that have them in the hole. 2 receivers to the left. Once again, Colston from the 37-yard line. The pitch will go to Goins. Goins trying to turn the corner. Hit. No place to go. It'll lose about 2 or 3 on the play. We're down to 21 seconds to play. It'll be 4th down. The clock is stopped on the play. 21.1 seconds to play. Timeout is asked for by Oak Ridge, so that'll give Oak Ridge an opportunity one more time, leading 29-14. That time, one of the few times in the ball game, LaShawn hasn't been able to get some positive yardage.
From what I can remember, it's the only time that he's not had, at least 5 yards. He has had a fantastic, I believe he's already over 150 yards in the first half. An incredible first half for that young man.
Let's see who drops back to receive the kick. I think it's going to be Kiki Houston back to receive the punt for the Wildcats. Returned a kick against the Bearden Bulldogs a couple of weeks ago. 29-14. Oak Ridge has won 22 out of the last 25 games against the Clinton Dragons. Oak Ridge lost last year 28-7 to Blankenship Field for the first time in 50 years to the Dragons.
22 out of the last 25. And I swear, David, I don't know about you, but I cannot remember one single T-shirt being made up.
I don't believe so either, as the ball is at the 37-yard line. 21.1 seconds to play as the timeout was asked for by the Wildcats. Kiki is dropping back near the 30-yard line. We've seen some outstanding football here. As I said, if the Dragons hadn't made the 2 mistakes, the interception and then the fumble return, the game's much closer than it is right now.
And something, I don't remember Clinton making it to our program either, David. I just don't remember that.
They'll punt the ball away. Kiki standing back at the 25-yard line. 21.1 seconds to play. Low snap. The kick is away. High. Nice kick. Houston calls for a fair catch. Not given much room by Shephard. But the Wildcats will make the fair catch at the 26-yard line. Jermaine right there in Kiki's face. The Oak Ridge offense on the field. 13 seconds to play. Quarterback number 13, Jared Tharp, comes out on the field. 1 shot.
Well, let's see. We got 13. You got maybe chance for maybe 3 plays. It depends on how fast they happen. I wouldn't be surprised. Oak Ridge likes to run the ball in these situations. Maybe run. I wouldn't be surprised to see a toss sweep, maybe to Kiki Houston. A whole lot of things you can do on this first play.
13.2 seconds to play. 29-14. Oak Ridge in the lead. 2 receivers split out to the left. The Wildcats are ready. 1st and 10. The official over to talk with Coach Gaddis. Now the chains are put down. Dan Fryer is the referee tonight. He had words with both sides. Now he signals first down, Oak Ridge. 13.2 seconds to play. Jared Tharpe from the 26-yard line. First and 10 Wildcats. Draw play. Adams, 30-yard line. Tried to bounce outside, tackled after a gain of about 3, and that'll be the end of the first half. No, the Wildcats will stop the clock with 4.7 seconds to play. The officials looking at actually they're talking about it. I didn't see a flag go down, although I see officials talking about it. Play is halted. Official timeout as the official comes over. And they're having a conversation down with the other officials. I don't think anything important. It'll be second down and about 7 yards to go. 4.7 seconds to play. Jared Tharpe looking across the field at his offensive coordinator, Ron Gray. He's about to give the play to Adrian Porter. Dan Fryer comes over and says something to Coach Gaddis, and he understood exactly the situation. And now over to talk with the Clinton team comes the referee signaling second down and about 7 yards to go. 4.7 seconds to play. And they're going to say no timeout. That is the end of the first half. So the Wildcats head to the locker room in what has been an exciting first half of football. Now the Wildcats are meeting on not going towards their locker room. They're meeting on their sideline over there. Coach Gaddis right in the middle. Oak Ridge in the lead, 29-14.
Well, one of the things I'm sure they're going to do, actually it looks like they're going to meet Clinton's as we're facing the field. Clinton and Oak Ridge's both their dressing room are to our left, and it looks like instead of going that way, Oak Ridge is going to take their team and go off to the right, because that would be chaotic going into the same locker room.
Well, some of them are heading to the locker room and some are heading to our right. Why don't we take a break? We're going to send it back to Dan Peters, our engineer, back at the station. We're on AM 1290 WATO and Tennessee Cablevision Channel 12. The Wildcats in the lead, 29-14. We'll come back with a scoring summary. We'll also look at Mark Haste's statistics. We'll also have scores of other ball games from Dan Peters back at the studios of WATO. But first, we're going to take a break. We'll be back. Oak Ridge in the lead, 29-14. We'll be back to Clinton City Field following this 3-minute timeout. And the Dragons will be dropping back Jermaine Shephard to receive the kick. The Wildcats trying to win their third game of the year and try to go undefeated in the region. Last year, the Dragons won 28-7 at Blankenship Field and went on to win the regional championship. The loser of this ball game puts themselves in a very difficult situation if they want to have any chance of winning the region.
Well, they do, and I think I heard Coach Gaston, it's just like the Tennessee-Florida deal. They're in the same region. If you win the ball game, it puts you in the driver's seat. Doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to win it, but it certainly looks a lot better. The other team would have to lose 2 games.
Daniel Wetzel has the ball on the tee, 29-14. The third quarter about set. Jermaine Shephard standing back at the 5-yard line. The Clinton fans rise to their feet. The Oak Ridge fans on their feet across the way. And we're about to have the kickoff, sponsored by the Oak Ridge Conference Center in the Oak Ridge Mall. And here's the kick by Daniel Wetzel. High, long kick into the end zone. Touchback. Jermaine fields it on one hop. It'll be first and 10 for the Dragons at the 20-yard line.
I think it's a good kick that time. I was just sitting here thinking, do not kick the ball to Jermaine Shephard. He is a phenomenal athlete back there. Anytime he touches the ball, he can go to the distance. Really one of the most exciting players I'm sure Clinton's had in several years.
Quarterback once again rolling onto the field. That's Tony Colston, a 6'3", 175-pound senior. Excellent passer, second-year starter for Coach Jim Gaylor. Here they come to the line. Michael Kirkpatrick split out to the left, along with Jermaine Shephard. The backfield from the eye, LaShawn Goins, the tailback, Colston. First down, 10 yards to go at the 20-yard line. The Wildcats come out. I'll check the defense here in a second. Colston from the eye, first and 10. Opening play of the second half. And Colston rolling, running, continuing to run, cuts it up the field and gains about 8 yards on the play before he's tackled by Matt Collins and one other Wildcat who's slow to get up on the play. John Jordan, 11:45 to play in the third quarter. An injured Wildcat. Why don't we take a quick timeout? We'll send it back to Dan Peters. We'll be back to Clinton in 30 seconds.
John Jordan. What is it? I don't know. Maybe. Shoulder.
Back here at Clinton City Field, John Jordan was the injured Wildcat. He gets up on his own power and comes out of the ball game. It was a gain of 9 for Tony Colston. Ball is just shy of the 30-yard line. The ball at the 29. I formation. Second down, a yard to go. 11:39 to play. Third quarter. 29-14 on the score. Handoff goes forward for a first down. Carrying the ball for them was Corey Benjamin, a 5'8", 225-pound junior. It's a first down run for the fullback for the Clinton Dragons. We're here at Clinton City Field. Next week will be at Blankenship Field as Oak Ridge takes on the Dobbins-Bennett Indians. Clinton will take on the Anderson County Mavericks.
Well, it'd be two good games, David. You know, a lot of tradition, at least for the Oak Ridge Kingsport Dobbins-Bennett game, and then the other game, the Clinton and Anderson County game, has become a big game.
Jermaine Shephard comes out of the ball game on this play. Michael Kirkpatrick split it out here to the right. Single man to the left. Slot man to the right. I formation. Colston 1st and 10. Pitch will go to Goins. Goins looking up the field. No place to go initially. Breaks to the outside, and there he goes. Down the 40, to the 45, to the 50. Makes a move across the 40. Tackled at that point by the Wildcats. Flags are down up here at the 45-yard line. I think it's coming back.
Well, I think it is, David. I'm almost sure it's to be a clip. At that time, Goins ran the sweep on the right side. Nothing there. Reverses his field, and that's where he is so dangerous in the open field. And it is a clip. Indeed, comes back. What another great play by Goins. This guy is just running up and down the field. Tremendous athlete.
Goins going into that run had 149 yards, averaging about 13 yards a carry in the ball game, but the penalty has stepped off back to the 30-yard line. Huge penalty as John Jordan has returned to the Oak Ridge lineup. He's back out on the line along with Stephen Wood, Greg Woofter, and Tommy Grissom. The linebackers are Morgan Blackburn, who has a touchdown today. Matt Collins, the secondary, consists of Nick Crow, Kiki Houston, along with Wes Newsom, I do believe. Matt Smith, the robber, is Billy Shipley. First down, 15 yards to go. The ball's at the 30-yard line, the Dragon 30. The pitch will go to Goins once again. Once again, he looks for some room. Once again, he turns the corner. Once again, he moves the ball across the 40, up to around the 42-yard line before he's tackled by Oak Ridge's Nick Crow, along with, I believe, for the Wildcats, Wes Newsom, and that is the case. It'll be a gain on the play, once again, of about 13 yards. It'll be second down and 2. 10 minutes, 22 seconds to play. We're in the third quarter of this Region 2 ball game from Clinton City Field. Goins now with 173 yards in the ball game. Two receivers split out to the left. I formation, 4-man front for the Wildcats once again. Second down, about a yard to go. From the 42-yard line of the Dragons, Colston, quick pass is complete to Jermaine Shephard in the backfield looking for yardage. Blasted. Loses about 7 yards. Little quick pass out there. The Wildcats had that well defended. It was a complete pass, but Jermaine had no place to go. And he looked up the field. There was nothing but white shirts in his face, and they lose huge yardage. It'll be third down and about 8 yards to go.
Really a good play. It looks like Greg Woofter was out there. That ball was actually thrown behind the line of scrimmage, which means it's a lateral, not a completion, but a lateral. And that time, Greg Woofter over there doing a great job and made a good open field tackle on Jermaine Shephard.
From the 36-yard line, 9 minutes, 23 seconds to play. The Dragons moving from left to right. Here in the third quarter, Oak Ridge in the lead, 29-14. Single running back, LaShawn Goins split out here to the right. Shepherd and Kirkpatrick to the left. Single running back. Colston, third down and about 7 yards to go. Colston to pass. Here it is across the middle, wide open man. It's incomplete. He was so wide open, but he couldn't quite make the catch. The intended receiver is Corey Fox, 5'6", 140-pound junior. It'll be fourth down and about 7 yards to go.
David, that's really a big break for the Wildcats, David. They ran a little pop pass to the tight end. Was in the middle of the field. Nobody around him anywhere. Really a nicely thrown ball. Just goes right through his arms. Poor kid. I'm sure he's going to remember that one.
Fourth down and about 7 yards to go. The clock is stopped now. Exactly 9 minutes to play. Out of the game will come Jermaine Shephard once again. They'll punt, although they do send Jermaine wide here to the right side. The Wildcats with Kiki Houston and Nick Crow back to receive the punt at the 25-yard line. Fourth and about 7. Wildcats have 9 men on the line, and here they come. Here's the kick. Blocked. Flags are down. It was not blocked. They're going to say it's going to be as the kick was away. I thought it was blocked. He got up. It didn't take a good kick. They're going to say roughing the kicker, I do believe, as the Wildcats came in strong, very strong. Dan Fryer signals that it's going to be roughing the kicker. Big break for the Dragons. I thought it was blocked.
I'll tell you the truth, to tell you the truth, David, I wasn't watching the kicker. I was watching Jermaine Shephard to see what kind of coverage he was doing. I did not see the ball, but it's definitely coming back. It was not blocked. We'll come back and give the Clinton Dragons a big first down.
And indeed, the penalty is huge. And up the field, they'll step the ball at the 48-yard line. Wildcats had everybody in there, but the roughing the kicker, and there was a lot of pressure. There was a lot of contact, and obviously the kick was away. And the Dragons have a first down with exactly 8:48 to play. I formation, 2 receivers to the left, 1st and 10. Wildcats back on defense. Colston hands it off, and a nice tackle as Goins is hit in the backfield and dropped to the 50-yard line. Almost just the strong arm of the Wildcat defender knocks him to the turf.
Well, I don't know if it was a missed blocking scheme or what, but John Jordan just bolts through there like a big bolt of lightning and then takes a big hand and doesn't really get a good tackle on him, but that big old hand just comes in and knocks Goins off his feet.
Ball is just across the 50-yard line at the Oak Ridge 49. It'll be 2nd down, 11 yards to go. Kirkpatrick and Shepherd to the left. Goins here to the right. Single running back once again. 2nd down, 11 yards to go. 8:11 to play, 3rd quarter. 29-14, Oak Ridge in the lead over Clinton, trying to win for the 23rd out of 26 games. Here's a pass across the middle this time. It is complete by Fox. And once again, there's a late hit on the Wildcats. Matt Collins, I think he was tripped and fell into the man. They're going to call the late hit as he tells the official that's going to be a first down plus tack on a late hit penalty against the Wildcats.
Well, you know, we go back to penalties again, David. The roughing the kicker, huge penalty, gives them the ball. This time they run the same play. You can almost tell the same movements by the quarterback. This time they do have a new tight end, comes in there, and the catches the pop pass, and then it was a late, definitely a late hit.
They'll put the ball back at the 19-yard line. So once again, penalties like in the last scoring drive for Clinton, hurting the Wildcats as they moved the ball. They had a roughing the kicker, now a late hit. The ball's now at the 19-yard line. High formation, Colston looking at 2 receivers to his left. The Wildcats in the lead 29-14. McClinton knocking on the door again. Colston hands it off to Goins. Tackled at the 20-yard line, no gain. 2nd down, 10 yards to go. They make the tackle with Greg Woofter and Jordan once again. It'll be 2nd down, 10 yards to go. 7:30 and counting. The ball at the Wildcat 20-yard line. The Dragons have had the ball, I believe, the entire 3rd quarter. The Wildcats did force a punt, but they got a roughing the kicker on them. So the Dragon drive continues. The ball's at the 20, 2nd down and 10 yards to go. Shepherd split out to the left, Kirkpatrick to the right. The slot man once again is Fox. Goins is the tailback. Colston under center at the 20-yard line. 2nd and 10. Straight drop. Looking, firing. Down the middle. The man falls down, but Michael Kirkpatrick makes the catch. Touchdown, Dragons. The defensive back, I think it was Roc Hardin, fell down. Kirkpatrick makes the connection. The Wildcat lead is cut to 29-20. The Dragons coming back, and once again, penalties and a good execution by the Dragons. And the Dragons are to within 9 points, and they'll go for the extra point.
It was really a nice heads-up play by the quarterback. Colston had plenty of time back there. Almost looked like he was going to run it there, and just kind of pops up, lobs the ball over one defender's head, and the other one fell down.
And the Dragons to attempt the extra point. I think it'll be Purcell, Kevin Purcell. The holder once again will be Jason Jones. Kick is up, and the kick is good. Time will fit our score. 6:54 to play, 3rd quarter. 29-21 Oak Ridge, back in 60 seconds. Here's the kickoff, sponsored again by the Oak Ridge Conference Center. Kiki Houston fields it at the 20, 25, 30, 35. There he goes, 40. He'll take it all the way. He's at the 50, all the way down the touchdown. He's going to get flagged, though. Kiki Houston takes it about 75 yards. He taunted the Dragon sideline, pointed all the way down. He got flagged for it. Houston about 75 yards for the touchdown, but unsportsmanlike conduct, taunting against the Wildcats.
Now, I don't know, David, does that come back if that's the case? I don't know if it comes back. It did it during progress, actually pointed up to the Clinton fans. You know, Kiki, he knows better than that. You can't do that in these kind of ball games.
Touchdown. Touchdown, Oak Ridge. The score counts. Unsportsmanlike conduct against the Wildcats. The touchdown is good by Kiki Houston. It covers about 75 yards. But Oak Ridge gets the 6 points on the board. Houston returns it all the way for the touchdown. 6:42 to play. They signal touchdown Wildcats, and they'll go for a long extra point. Put 6 points on the board. Kiki Houston goes the entire way. It just makes the extra point just a little bit longer.
You know, we were just talking. Kiki Houston's been lined up deep. They've done the little pooch kick every time. They did it again. Kiki Houston back there. I don't know if they didn't know he is wearing number 26. He cuts across the middle, and it just sees open daylight, takes it down the field, left side, but he does. About the 30-yard line or so, he starts looking up the Clinton fans and starts pointing to them. Great play, but you can't do those in these big games like that.
Daniel Wetzel will attempt the long extra point, 35-21. Coach Gaylor and Dan Fryer having a conversation. Dan's the referee talking with Coach Gaylor. Kiki definitely did the taunting. But, you know, Kiki is just so explosive.
He really is. He is the premier player on this field. I will take Kiki Houston over Jermaine Shephard any day of the week.
Daniel will eventually get a chance to kick an extra point. The holder will be Drew Walker. 35-21 the score. Oak Ridge in the lead. 6:42 to play. So the Wildcats answer the touchdown seconds later. Wetzel, a 35-yard extra point. The hold, lots of pressure. The kick is on its way. Wetzel boots it, and it is off to the right. No good. Extra point try fails. 35-21 Oak Ridge. We'll be back in 60 seconds. And sponsored by the Oak Ridge Conference Center and the Oak Ridge Mall. High kick. Flags are down. Offsides Oak Ridge. They're going to be forced to kick off once again. What an explosive, exciting return by Kiki Houston. For those of you who are watching on Tennessee Cablevision Channel 12 and you're thinking that it's Tyler Goforth, number 26, returning. Earlier in the ballgame, Kiki came out of the ballgame. His jersey was just ripped off of him, and obviously changed jerseys with Tyler Goforth, and now wearing 26.
And what's Tyler doing over there on the sideline? Is he running around with no jersey, or if they got an extra jersey for him, or what's he doing over there?
I don't know, but I guess the best way, of course, his father is one of the coaches on the team. I guess they needed to get one of the coaches to say, son, will you take your jersey off and give it to one of our players? I guess Tyler was more than willing, because Kiki has the long touchdown, and Oak Ridge is kicking off once again, this time 5 yards back at the 35-yard line. Jermaine Shephard standing back at the 5. What a great ball game. This is a classic ball game. This is one of the few back-and-forth Oak Ridge-Clinton ball games that I remember seeing like this.
Oh, this is great, David. I mean, like you said, you know, I'll say it, but the offense is what I think a lot of these people come to see, and there's been plenty of that.
Daniel Wetzel's kick, high. Jermaine will have a chance to return it. It's at the 5, at the 10, 15, 20. Jermaine Shephard bumped, not tackled, gets away, still spinning, now is blasted and tackled at the 25-yard line, and that's where the Dragons will take over. First down, 10 yards to go. The Wildcats down the field. Nathan Christian was down there. I saw Kreider, I saw Booker. Looks like Nick Conley and Pendergrass down there as well. Michael Resnick perhaps. First down, 10 yards to go for the Clinton Dragons, and 6:16 to play. Coach Gaddis did not expect this kind of ball game. We've already seen, 56 points put on the scoreboard.
Well, this is fun, David. Yeah, I think I thought there was going to be a little bit more defense than what we've seen, but who cares? Let's just see an entertaining football game.
Play is halted here momentarily. Let me check the defensive players for the Wildcats. Chris Kreider's in the ball game in the secondary. Oak Ridge is going to call a timeout. Billy Shipley's coming over to the sideline. And let's see, might be an equipment problem. I'm not sure. Billy's over to talk with the coaching staff. Bruce Lucier is the defensive coordinator for the Wildcats. Oak Ridge has Greg Adams in at linebacker. Chris Kreider's in the secondary. Also back there, Wes Newsom. Drew Walker, correct me, I don't remember if he's played any defense at all tonight. He has that little hip problem that happened Wednesday in practice. He did warm up at quarterback, but I don't think I've seen him in on defense.
I don't think I have either. Don't remember seeing it, and I'm not 100% sure that he was the person that was holding on the two-point conversion play. Yeah, that thing happened so quick. I think it was, but I won't guarantee. I won't know until I look at film tomorrow.
The other holder for the Wildcats is Adrian Porter. As the timeout was asked for by Oak Ridge, that was their first. 6:16 to play, third quarter. Exciting ball game, and you're listening to it live on WATO. And you might be watching it on Tennessee Cablevision Channel 12. Here come the Dragons to the line. They scored on their last drive. It was aided by some penalties, as was their previous drive. Two receivers to the left. Tony Colston at quarterback. LaShawn Goins in a slot here to the right. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. Colston hands it off to Goins. Goins hit hard at the 26-yard line. Popped, in fact, by the Wildcats. It'll be a gain of, let's see, maybe a yard at most on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 9 yards to go. The ball's at the 27-yard line. 5:58 to play, 3rd quarter. David Clary, Scott Munger, Mark Haste on WATO. Dan Peters, our engineer, back at the station. We also have Chris Boyd, Chad Kroll, Philip Leander, and Matt Tedford from Tennessee Cablevision Channel 12. 2nd down, 9 yards to go. Receivers left and right. I formation, Colston. 2nd and 10 from the 27-yard line of the Dragons. They're moving from left to right here in the 3rd quarter. Colston running, turning it up the field, tackled by Oak Ridge's Morgan Blackburn at around the 33-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and long facing the Dragons. 3rd down at about 5 yards to go. You know, Morgan has a touchdown, a fumble recovery. Morgan has been so steady all season long at that linebacker position.
Well, what a great pickup, you know, from Jefferson County. Wonderful football player. You can look at him. He has just got intensity written all over him. When I was up down on the field last week, he just looks like a great football player, and he is indeed.
I formation for the Dragons. 3rd down, about 4.5 yards to go. Two receivers split out to the left. Colston looking that way. Will drop back to pass, fake the pass, looks to run, turns the corner, 1st down. Here comes Matt Smith. Matt Smith hits him, tackles him, but not before they pick up a 1st down. Tackled it around the 40-yard line. Matt came all the way across the field, makes a stop, but Colston, like his counterpart, Jared Tharp, has moved his team for a 1st down. The Oak Ridge offense is yet to take the field here in the 2nd half. We're at the 4:39 mark. Clinton had a long drive, then Oak Ridge returned the kickoff for a score, and the Dragon offense has been on the field. The defense has been out there for a while. Nathan Farquharson is in at defensive end on the right side. Woofter here on the left. Wes Newsom is playing safety. Chris Kreider, I think, is in there as well for Oak Ridge. Nick Crow, one other player across the way, Kiki Houston. Colston pumps, back to pass. Woofter grabs him, can't make the sack. He's still running for his life. Now he is hit and sacked. Tommy Grissom for the Wildcats along with Chris Kreider back here at the 35-yard line. And Colston slow to get up, but he's fine. Little bit slow to get up, and it'll be a huge loss on the play of about 10 yards. Make it 9 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd down, 19 yards to go.
Well, David, he pumped one way, pumped the other way. I think they were wanting Shephard to go deep. He went deep. There was actually, it looks like 2 guys on him, double covered over there. Didn't have anybody to throw to. Was coming back around. Tommy Grissom gets him from the backside. Good hustle by that young man.
Back at the 34-yard line, 2nd down and long. They need to get across midfield for a 1st down. Two receivers to the left. 3:29 to play, 3rd quarter. 35-21 Oak Ridge in the lead. Colston back to pass. Looking, here comes Adams, makes a nice hit. Here's the pass, complete to Jermaine Shephard. Colston got blasted from the rear. Huge reception down there by Jermaine Shephard. What an athlete that man is. He just pulled it out of nowhere. Colston took a shot from Adams. It'll be 1st down, 10 yards to go at the 26-yard line.
Hey, what, David, it's kind of like the interception he caught earlier. That ball was overthrown. Nobody else could have caught that ball. And then all of a sudden, he's got the extra 5th gear and turns it over and just makes an outstanding catch. This kid caught it right on the sideline for a huge 1st down for them, right at the 30-yard line.
Corey Benjamin comes back in for the Dragons. Eric McDaniel checks out. The ball's officially at the 30. 1st down, 10 yards to go. The Dragons driving again. 2:46 to play, 3rd quarter. 35-21 Oak Ridge in the lead. I formation, 2 receivers to the left. 4-man front Oak Ridge. Tony Colston under center will roll to his right. He's in trouble. He gets away from the first wave, turns the corner, gains 5, and then is tackled. Actually fumbles the football. Oak Ridge has recovered it. Yes, the Wild.
One way that Colston takes the ball and somebody hits him, hard to see who it is from here. He fumbles the ball. Oak Ridge picks up. They haven't been stopped on offense yet, David.
Colston wants to come out of the ball game. He's signaling he needs to come out, probably for a breather, and indeed he's being replaced by Jason Jones. Let's see if they go his direction here. I think that's a sophomore out there. 2:25 to play, 35-21. Here's the handoff straight up the middle. Adams runs over a man, powers across the 30, up to the 35-yard line. Fine carry by the Wildcat running back. The first offensive play of the second half of the Wildcats at the 2:11 mark of the third quarter.
Greg Adams has just run with reckless abandon in this game, David. He gets his shoulder pad square. He's hard to bring down. Great run, great intensity. Second one coming up.
Huge crowd here at Clinton City Field. You're listening to the game live on WATO. Probably the biggest rivalry we think it is in the state of Tennessee. 2nd and 1. Jared Tharp looking at a blitz. Hands it off. Adams, first down 40. Across the 45. Up to the 46-yard line. First down, 10 yards to go. Great play for the Wildcats. Ryan Wright cleared the way for the Wildcat.
That was an excellent call that time, David. They actually came with a stunt when the stunt came between the center and the guard on the left side. They ran the little play, the exact same play they ran before, but they ran it to the right side, ran it to the correct side of the blitz or the stunt. Outstanding call that time by the Oak Ridge Wildcat coaching staff.
Minute 36 to play. The ball is at the Wildcat 46, 1st and 10. Jared Tharp will pass. Lots of pressure, running, firing. There's the man. Greg Adams, incomplete. Intended for Adams out there. LaShawn Goins defending. LaShawn has got to be tired out there, as is Jermaine Shephard. They've played on both sides of the ball. Colson still out. The safety back there is a junior, actually, Jason Jones, 5'9", 160-pounder.
Excuse me, Oak Ridge has shuffled people. They've had a lot of people in this ballgame, not only offensively, especially defensively, when the defense has been out, especially the whole third quarter. So I think this is really where the fatigue is going to sit in for the Clinton Dragons.
2nd down, 10 yards to go. Tharp hands it off to Roc Hardin, hands it off to Kiki Houston, tackled it in the backfield. That little play is just not working. They've used it a couple times tonight. Wildcats lose about 4 yards on the play. They just took a little bit too long. The Dragons are beginning to gamble a little bit, and there are a lot of people coming in.
Well, they are. They have nothing to lose at this point. Down 14, they need to get a couple of scores. That time, you're right. That play is just taking a little bit too long to develop. I think, at least from up here, it's coming. Brings up 3rd and 13. Big third down conversion right here for the Wildcats.
Adrian Porter and Roc Hardin split out here to the left. Kiki Houston and Greg Adams in the backfield. Tharp, 3rd down, 13 yards to go. Back to pass. Lots of time, and now it breaks down. He breaks the tackle, breaks free, gets back to the line of scrimmage, gains about 5. Number 26, Shannon Drury, came in and just really hit Jared Tharp, but Jared was so strong he was able to withstand the hit and gain positive yardage. But Oak Ridge will punt for the first time in the ball game. Trey McDonald will get to loosen up his leg, and back to receive the punt, Jermaine Shephard, back at the 25-yard line. 4th and 11, 9 men on the line. Here's a quick snap. The punt by McDonald, high end over end kick, bouncing at the 20, at the 15, and downed by the Wildcats' Nick Crow at around a 16-yard line, and that's where the Dragons will take over with 8.8 seconds to play in the third quarter, trailing Oak Ridge 35-21.
That's really a good punt. Trey McDonald has not punted the whole first half, and really, late into the third quarter into his first punt, I'm sure he's got a lot of cobwebs. But to get the kickoff and not to let Jermaine Shephard have the ball on the return and still down it within inside the 20-yard line, great job by the special teams for the Wildcats.
8.8 seconds to play. The Wildcats in the lead, though, 35-21. It is close. The Dragons splitting out. Kirkpatrick had a touchdown his last reception. Splitting out to the right. Jermaine Shephard to the left. Colston, I formation. The Wildcats with all kinds of substitutes in the ball game again. First down, 10 yards to go. Colston rolling, firing to Jermaine Shephard. Here's the pass, intercepted by Nick Crow at the 50-yard line. Jermaine turns defensive back. The Wildcats take over. First down, 10 yards to go. Great coverage that time. I think it was Crow picks it off, and the Wildcats will start the fourth quarter with it. 1st and 10. We're going to take a break. We'll come back and talk about that play following the 60-second timeout. And we are back here. The Wildcats start the fourth and final quarter, leading 35-21. They have it at the 43-yard line. First down, 10 yards to go. Kiki Houston in motion. Jared Tharp hands it off to Adams. Greg Adams tackled after a gain About 2. Great coverage. Great interception by Nick Crow.
What was the quarterback Colston took about 7 or 8 steps to his left and just threw a rocket down, and hopefully Jermaine Shephard trying to run under. Nick Crow was running stride for him. He had great coverage, was inside the receiver, and comes down with a pick, and then turned around and returned it for 7 or 8 more yards, but big, huge interception by Nick Crow.
From the 41-yard line of the Dragons. 2nd down, 8 yards to go. Jared Tharp under center. Will roll to his left with Myers blocking in front. He breaks down. He's stripped of the ball. Flags are down. Might be a face mask against Clinton. I think that's going to be the case. Wildcats are going to get a break there. Somebody, it's probably inadvertent, but it's going to cost the Clinton Dragons. That is the case. And the Wildcats, with 11:20 to play in the ball game, are going to get some positive of penalty yardage called against the Dragons. Oak Ridge in the lead, 35-21. Oak Ridge trying to go 2-0 in the region. The Dragons beat Carnes 42-32, so they've already had a slugfest this year with the Carnes Beavers. They won that ball game. If they lose this game, they'll fall to 1-1. The Wildcats will be 2-0 with Carnes, Campbell County, and Farragut. Jacob Schneider was going to split out wide to the right, which is something we haven't seen. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think I remember Jacob splitting out wide this season.
I don't recall it either. Of course, he's the tight end. With this offense, you never know what's going to happen. Looks like it's going to be close enough to measure. They're going to bring the chains on, and it looks like the Oak Ridge will have a first down.
So the face mask penalty. The Wildcats have been hurt by penalties all night. This one goes against the Dragons. Oak Ridge trying to win their 3rd game and their 23rd game in the last 26 over the Clinton Dragons. 11:20 to play in the game. 35-21 the score. Here come the Wildcats to the line. Jacob Schneider split out here to the right. Goins defending him out here. Wildcats with Kiki Houston in motion. Handoff goes to Adams. Adams hit after a gain of about 2. Gang tackling Dragons. Somebody came in initially very strong. Number 48 for them, Eric McDaniel, kind of waves his hands like not this way. 35-21 the score. The Wildcats in the lead. Oak Ridge saw the Dragons jump on the board 7-0. Then the Wildcats put 29 unanswered points on the board. Then 2 consecutive scores. Colston to Shepherd, Colston to Kirkpatrick, and then an 82-yard kickoff return by Kiki Houston. And that's our score, 35-21. Jared Tharp back to pass. Might run, gets a block from Eric Inger. Across the 30, 25. Bumped, tackled by Jones, but guess what? Oak Ridge has a first down. Tharp carries it for the first down.
Yeah, Jared really looks good once he decides he's going to run it. That time they run the same old bootleg pass we've seen. Had somebody open, probably Roc Hardin, coming across the middle for just a second. I think by the time he saw him, he would have thrown it. May have been an ill-advised pass, but decides to tuck it under his arm and gets a first down right outside of the 20-yard line.
10:22 and counting in the ball game. Oak Ridge in the lead, 35-21. The ball at the Clinton 21. Backfield split. Tharp hands it off to Adams. Adams moves the ball across the 20 to around the 18-yard line. Lots of heavy hitting down there. Adams had an excellent first half and has really been knocked around a little bit here in the second half. It is a positive gain, and more importantly, we're under 10 minutes to play in the ball game. 2nd down, 8 yards to go.
You know, he was hit almost immediately as soon as he got the ball, and really almost should have lost maybe 1 or 2 yards, but keeps his legs turned and spins around and gets about 2 yards. So outstanding effort by Greg Adams.
Ball's at the 18-yard line. Jacob Schneider split out to the right. Sean Thomas split out to the left. Kiki Houston comes in motion. Is Kiki with a call. Gets a nice block from the outside. Kiki busts free, gains a yard, fumbles the football. Ball's fallen upon around the 21-yard line. Dragons say they have it. We'll have to see. LaShawn Goins is upset about something. The Wildcats are going to come up with a football. Out there, it looked like Eric Inger got a nice block for Houston out there, but Kiki nearly turned the ball over. He did last week in a crucial part of the ball game. It'll be a loss on the play back here to around the 23-yard line. 3rd down, 11 yards to go, 9:27 to play in the game. 35-21 the score. The ball's at the 22-yard line of the Dragons. Adrian Porter brings in the play. The Wildcats have substituted quite freely. The Dragons have not. They don't have the depth that the Wildcats have, as the Wildcats split 2 receivers to the right, Kiki Houston and Adrian Porter. Tharp to pass, lots of time. Here's the pass, complete at the 15. Down to the 12-yard line goes Kiki Houston, short of a first down by about a yard or so. Colston trips him up. Ball's at the 11-yard line. Oak Ridge in the lead, 35-21. It's short of a first down. The Wildcats deciding whether they want to go with the Daniel Wetzel field goal. They have yet to send that kick team in. They're talking with Jared Tharp. It's 4th down and less than a yard to go. And the Wildcats taking a lot of time, too much time, they'll call a timeout. 8:35 to play in the game, 35-21. Oak Ridge in the lead. We'll be back in 60 seconds. The ball is at the 12-yard line. Oak Ridge 4th down and a yard to go. Wildcats come out with Roc Hardin, Greg Adams, Jared Tharp under center. Houston comes in motion. Jared hands it off to Greg Adams. Hit, buzz free, moves across the 10, and that is a first down for the Wildcats on second effort. Although Clinton says no, he might have fumbled it. The Dragons are saying indeed they have fumbled and recovered it. The Wildcats had what was going to be a first down, but Greg was stripped of the ball, and the Dragons with a big turnover.
Well, I'm not sure, David. It's kind of hard to see from here, but it looked to me like he was trying to reach the ball out so he could get the first down. And once the ball hits the ground, it should be a dead ball. Can't really say I saw it real well, but if that's what happened, that is not a fumble.
Either way, the Dragons take over. First down, 10 yards to go. Moving from right to left here in the 4th quarter. Wildcats have fumbled now twice inside the 10-yard line. The Dragon 10. They'll split Michael Kirkpatrick wide to the right side. Jermaine Shephard here to the left. Nick Crow, Chris Kreider, Wes Newsom in the secondary along with Adrian Porter. Wildcats looking at an I formation with the Dragons. Colston under center. Colston rolling, looking, pitches to Goins. Goins is pushed out of bounds by Nick Crow. Officially goes out at around the 13-yard line. That'll stop the clock at 8:12 to play in the game. Gain on the play for Goins of about 5. 2nd down, 5 yards to go. Stops the clock for the Dragons as they'll substitute Eric McDaniel back in the ball game. Corey Benjamin checks out for Coach Jimmy Gaylor's Clinton Dragon team. Jermaine Shephard splits out to the left. Kirkpatrick to the right. 8:12 to play in the game. 35-21 Oak Ridge in the lead. We're on AM 1290 WATO and Tennessee Cablevision Channel 12. Single running back is Goins. Colston under center. Movement by Kirkpatrick. Comes across the line too early. That'll cost the Dragons. Penalty against Clinton, and they'll step the yardage off. Packed house here, great environment, super football game. Both teams playing well, lots of offense.
You know, everybody was so excited coming into this game. Like we talked about before about this rivalry. It's great that this is a rivalry now. You look up at, the TV's here. Several people in this press box is just jam-packed. The field is just packed. Very exciting. And then to see a show like this, just incredible atmosphere.
Show is the right word, I do believe.
It really is. It's been great. Offense on both sides of the ball. Some great plays, some great individual plays, some penalties that kind of sloppied it up a little bit, and some turnovers.
The Wildcats will take on Kingsport Dobbins-Bennett next week at Blankenship Field in a 7:30 ball game. The Dragons will take on the Anderson County Mavericks, so both teams will not get any rest next week. Here come the Dragons to the line. Shepherd split out to the left. Nick Crow on him. Kirkpatrick to the right. Adrian Porter on him. Colston back to pass. Running for his life. He's in the end zone. Here's the pass to Goins. Incomplete. Colston was running for his life in the end zone. John Jordan and Matt Collins were all around him. He had desperation pass, almost turned to a big play for the Dragons. Goins just couldn't quite get his balance enough to make the catch. It'll be 3rd down, 10 yards to go. 8:04 to play in the ball game. 35-21 the score. Oak Ridge at one point in this ball game led 29-7 as a timeout is asked for. Let's take another one. We'll send it back to Dan Peters. We'll be back to Clinton in 60 seconds. The Dragons at their own 7-yard line. Colston to pass. Shepherd is open. Here comes the Wildcats. They make the sack, and probably a hold on the Dragons inside the 5-yard line. He was sacked back at the 3-yard line. The Wildcats came in strong with Jordan. It is a hold against the Clinton Dragons. They should decline it. It'll be 4th down and long inside the 5-yard line if the Wildcats take the sack. So the Dragons unable to move. There's a lot of fatigue down there. Look at the guys in black. Lots of fatigue showing on their body and their body movement, and they'll be forced to punt from their own end zone.
Well, it's hot. We talked about it's not quite as hot on the field as it is up here, but very muggy night. These kids, the majority of these guys from Clinton have gone both ways, especially both ways in skill position, which means you're running around. You're running about 3 times as much as anybody else is.
John Jordan comes out of the game, gets out before the Dragons punt. They'll be punting from their own end zone. Kevin Purcell to do the honors. His heel on the back line of the end zone. The Wildcats with a couple guys back here at the 40. Here's the snap. It's low. Here's the kick. It's away. Very, very short. It's going to bounce up the field and roll dead at the 35-yard line of the Dragons, and that's where Oak Ridge will take over. 1st and 10, a short field to drive, up 14 points, 7:29 to play in the ball game. A score here, and it's roadkill 98 here at Clinton City Field.
Well, I'm glad you said that, not me to get in trouble, but it is. I think they score here. That Clinton would have to score 3 times, 3 touchdowns and extra points, to come and tie it up. So I agree with you. They score here, the ball game's over.
The Wildcats at the 35-yard line, leading 35-21. Sean Thomas and Roc Hardin splitting out to the left. The Wildcat quarterback is Jared Tharp. Now Hardin in a slot. Movement by Clinton. They jump across the line. The Clinton Dragons point to the Oak Ridge line. The officials will talk about it. It will be a penalty against, as Dan Fryer, with the best hair in town, comes over to signal offsides against the Clinton Dragons. That'll cost them 5. Ball's put down at the 30-yard line, where it'll be 1st down and 5 yards to go. Speaking of Dan Fryer, I think a very well officiated game tonight.
Absolutely, greatly officiated. Every single call, there's been a lot of penalties, but I think they're all been good calls. A lot of late hits, the taunting, they've all been good calls.
1st and 5, Oak Ridge at the Dragon 30. Tharp to pass. Screen pass to a wide open Oak Ridge. Adrian Porter gets a block from Kimbrough. Brings the ball across the 20. Down to the 18-yard line. Had big Matt Kimbrough out there blocking, and he cleared the way for Adrian Porter. It'll be 1st down, 10 yards to go at the 18-yard line. 7:20 to play in the game. 35-21. The Dragons looking at their first regional loss, their 2nd loss of the year. They lost to NBA to open up the year, 38-0. Then they beat Lenoir City, and they've beaten Carnes. Had an open date last week. Backfield split, 1st and 10. Roc Hardin comes in motion. Tharp under center. Tharp will pass. Lots of pressure. Breaks away and is sacked at the 25-yard line. This time the left side of the line allowed lots of penetration, and they drop him for a loss back here at the 25.
Yeah, at the time of the they faked a little handoff, and then Jared started rolling back, and by the time he cocked to get ready to throw, looks like it may have been defensive end on the blind side, came in and wrapped him up. It's a good thing that he didn't fumble the ball. At that time, a lot of times the quarterback will fumble when you don't see him coming from your blind side.
6:39 to play in the game. Oak Ridge in the lead. The clock is ticking. Houston comes in motion. Tharp fakes the handoff, looks to pass. There's the man. Pass is overthrown, incomplete. Nearly intercepted by Jermaine Shephard. Pass sailed a little bit high that time. Might have been intended for Jacob Schneider or Adams. They were both in the vicinity. Mark says it was Adams. 6:27 to play in the ball game. 35-21 the score. It'll be 3rd down, 15 yards to go. The Dragons trailing the Wildcats on their home field here in 1998 as the ball is at the 25-yard line. Greg Woofter comes to the line. He's got to be tired. He's gone both ways for Oak Ridge. Thomas split out to the right. Hardin to the left. Adams and Houston in the backfield. Hardin comes in motion. Jared Tharp from the 26-yard line of Clinton. Here comes some pressure. Here's a pass across the middle. Sean Thomas reaches but can't quite make the catch. Incomplete pass, and Daniel Wetzel has an opportunity here to once again nail a field goal. He has done that in each of the Wildcats' first 3 ball games and has an opportunity here, 4 ball game. This will be a ball's put down at the 33-yard line, making this a 43-yard kick. So once again, a chance for a long field goal. Wetzel with Drew Walker to hold, Jacob Schneider to snap. Here's the snap, the hold, the kick by Wetzel. Didn't get a lot of it, but it's straight and it's true and it is good. Daniel Wetzel splits the uprights for the 4th time this season. 4 field goals in 4 games. More than that, actually. He's had multiple field goal games. And Oak Ridge leads 38-21, 6:19 to play in the ball game.
That time, David, the ball, I don't know what happened, but the timing was all off. He started up, and once he started, he had to stop and then took 1 step instead of 3 to kick it and caught it clean, and a great field goal.
And the Wildcats will kick off, and the kickoff sponsored by the Oak Ridge Conference Center and the Oak Ridge Mall. The Dragons will drop back Jermaine Shephard along with another man stepping back there, and once again that'll be Justin Coffey, 5'9", 165-pounder, along with number 35 Corey Fox. Wetzel to tee it up at the 40-yard line. Oak Ridge has enjoyed this one to this point. They've led since the first quarter. They fell behind 7-0. But now lead at 38-21 here at Clinton. Wildcats trying to beat the Dragons for the 23rd time in 26 ball games. Dragons back to receive the kick. Sponsored by the Oak Ridge Conference Center. Wetzel hits it well. Jermaine fields it at the 1. Shephard at the 5. Shephard at the 10. Shephard at the 15 makes a move, cuts inside, and then is hit hard, but a great return, mostly on his own. Moving the ball across the 20 to around the 26-yard line, where it'll be first down, 10 yards to go for the Clinton Dragons. 6 minutes and 9 seconds to play in the ball game. 38-21 the score. The Wildcats in the lead, looking for their 3rd win of the year and their 2nd regional win. The winner of this game the last few years has gone on to win the championship. Farragut, Campbell County, and Carnes to play for the Wildcats in region games. So, a win here puts the Wildcats in the playoffs in at least the 4th position. The Wildcats are looking a little bit beyond a 4th place finish at a championship, but this will be a big step in their quest for a championship as Colston is running, gets away, moves the ball across the 30, breaks a tackle, then tippy-toes his way out of bounds, but not before he picks up a first down. I like the way he runs the ball. Both quarterbacks are able to run the ball so well.
They really have, and you look at this, has been a great game all the way around as far as quarterback play. Yes, they've thrown a couple interceptions, but they've really moved their team. They've run the ball well when they've had to. They've thrown the ball well. A lot of great passes, a lot of, option play run very well. Really, take away a few penalties, a few turnovers. It's been just a perfect ball game.
Michael Kirkpatrick to the right. A single man here to the left side is number 84, Kevin Purcell. 6 minutes to play in the game, 38-21 Oak Ridge. Colston sacked, fumbles the football, but Goins is there for it. John Jordan came in so quickly on Tony. He stripped him of the ball, but luckily LaShawn Goins was there to recover it back at the 33-yard line. The clock is ticking down for the Dragons. 5 minutes, 46 seconds to play in the game. 38-21, the Wildcats in the lead. And indeed, it'll be 2nd down, 14 yards to go, as once again Purcell re-enters the ball game with the play from Jimmy Gaylor and the fine Clinton coaching staff. Up to the line, Kirkpatrick split out to the right. Shepherd not in there. Purcell to the right, slot to the right, I formation. The tailback is LaShawn Goins. 4-man front Oak Ridge, 2nd down at about 13. Colston under center, running across the 40, moves the ball forward, positive yardage, and up to around the 44-yard line. It'll be Colston once again breaking a couple tackles. It'll be 3rd down at about 2, maybe 3 yards to go. The ball shy of the 45 at the 44-yard line. 5 minutes, 8 seconds and counting. The Dragons 3rd down at about 2 yards to go. 4-down territory, I would assume. Down 38-21, under 5 minutes to play in the ball game. They only need about 3 yards to go. Colston under center. Once again, Goins is the tailback. He gets the pitch. Turns the corner. 1st down and more. Brings the ball across the 50. Tackled at around the 49-yard line by the Wildcats. Looked like it was Wes Newsom out there for Oak Ridge. Wes is playing for Drew Walker, who has a hip problem that he got in practice this week. He's tackled at midfield. It'll be 1st and 10 Dragons. The clock is not on their side, though. 4 minutes, 41 seconds to play in the ball game. 38-21 the score. Here come the Dragons once again. Shephard and Kirkpatrick. Split out here to the left. Matt Smith, Crow, and Newsom here this side as well. Colston under center. 4-man front. 1st and 10. Single running back. Quarterback sacked. Back at the 43-yard line. The Wildcats come in strong again. Big John Jordan.
No, I was just going to say it when he made that big play, I guess about 3 plays ago. To be as big as he is, his initial 2 or 3 steps off the line of scrimmage are extremely explosive. That time, he just blows by. By the time Colston turns around, he's there. Big sack by Big John Jordan.
Very similar to last week's ball game on the other side.
Well, it really is. I think we've really outquicked them, and that's hard to do because this is an extremely quick football team.
2nd down, about 16 yards to go. 3 minutes and 53 seconds and counting. Oak Ridge in the lead, 38-21. I formation once again. Eric McDaniel and LaShawn Goins in the backfield. Now it's double slot to left and the right. Colston pumps to Jermaine Shephard. Pass complete. Tackled hard. Flag comes down late. It might be a face mask as Shephard makes the reception. And we might have 15 yards tacked on to that play. They move the ball to the Oak Ridge 40. Face mask Oak Ridge. And that continues the drive. 3.5 minutes to play in the ball game. 38-21 the score. Oak Ridge in the lead, but the Dragons marching down the field once again. Lots of total offense in this ball game. I'm looking at the total offense totals here. The Dragons have 369. The Wildcats have 278. Penalty yardage definitely gone against the Wildcats in this one as they move the ball all the way to the 25-yard line where it's 1st and 10. Dragons. Goins, the tailback. Once again, Colston from the Oak Ridge 25. He hands it off to Goins, looking for a hole, finding it momentarily. Moves the ball to the 20. Gain of about 4 or 5 yards, but we're down to 3 minutes and 15 seconds and counting in the ball game. 38-21 the score. The Wildcats headed for a victory, a big lead with 3 minutes to play in the game.
Yeah, you have to wonder, I mean, they've got to score 3 times, David. They're running the ball. They've only thrown the ball 1 time on this drive. Yeah, they may score, a touchdown, but you would think they've got to do it a little bit quicker than what they're doing in order to get 3 scores.
Purcell to the left, Kirkpatrick to the right. Tony Colston from the 21-yard line. 2nd down, about 6 yards to go. Colston with Goins in the backfield, rolling, pitching. Goins blasted, pushed out of bounds, does stop the clock. Pushed out of bounds by the Wildcats. Looks like Jordan was over there. Collins was over there. Matt Smith was over there. The clock ticking at 2:30 and counting. Although he went out of bounds, now they finally stop it at 2:28 and play is halted. The ball is back at the 24-yard line where it'll be a loss of a yard on the play. 3rd down and 7 yards to go. 2 minutes, 28 seconds to play. And it looks like the Dragons, trailing 38-21, will suffer their 2nd defeat of the year, their 1st regional loss of the year, as the Dragons come to the line. I formation, receivers left and right. Colston from the 25-yard line, rolling, looking, in trouble, now pumps, goes to the man, wide open man, Kirkpatrick, touchdown, Dragons. Wildcats, miscommunication in the secondary, and Colston found his man again. Kirkpatrick with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Dragons pulled within a 38-27 lead at 2 minutes and 22 seconds to play. Michael Kirkpatrick on the reception, and Purcell will come in to attempt an extra point. An 11-point Wildcat lead, 38-27. The Wildcats in the lead. Purcell to attempt the extra point. The holder is number 10, Jason Jones. The Dragons, the snap, the kick. And it's up, and it's good. Timeout on the field, our score. 2:22 to play in the ball game. It's the Wildcats 38 and the Clinton Dragons 28. And we'll be back in 60 seconds. The Wildcats have Sean Thomas on the line along with Ryan Benjamin. Some good hands. Looks like Adrian Porter along with Eric Inger. Matt Smith in the first wall. Roc Hardin, Jacob Schneider, Nick Crow, Greg Adams in the 2nd row. Kiki Houston and James Booker behind him. 2:22 to play in the game. 10-point Wildcat lead. Here's the onside kick. Nope, he just boots it. And he boots it into the end zone. Touchback. The Wildcats will take over at the 20-yard line. 1st down and 10.
Well, David, I'm a little bit flabbergasted here. You're down. You've got to score 2 times. You've got 2 minutes to go in the game, and you don't onside kick. I don't get it. I don't understand what you're thinking. I mean, if Oak Ridge just runs, if they get 1 first down, this ball game is basically over. So, I mean, I have no idea what the coach is thinking. You've got to do the onside kick if you're wanting to win the ball game.
Here comes the Oak Ridge offensive unit on the field. 10-point Oak Ridge lead. Ball is at the 20-yard line. Wildcats in there. Let's see. Mark Eikens on the line. Wildcats also with, looks like, Aaron Volk, perhaps. Oak Ridge with Matt Kimbrough. Tharp rolling, handing it off. Good running room. That's Kiki Houston. Kiki rolled out of bounds, but stays in bounds. Gains about 7 yards on the play. 2:12 and counting in the ball game. 10-point Oak Ridge lead. 38-28 the score. The Dragons trailing the Wildcats. Turnovers have been key in the ball game. The Wildcats returned a fumble for a touchdown. They also had a long interception by Matt Smith, which was very crucial. 2nd down and 3 yards to go. Tharp under center once again. Houston in the backfield along with Adams and Roc Hardin. 2nd down, about 3. Looking at Coach Gaddis, who has the time on his watch, and they'll snap it at the last possible moment. Tharp under center, 2nd and 3. Tharp hands it off to Adams, hit and dropped in the backfield. Loss of about a yard or so. It'll be third down and about 6 yards to go. 1:28 to play in the ball game. 38-28. Time ticking away. The Dragons down 10 as timeout is now asked for by Clinton. Let's take one ourselves. We'll be back in 30 seconds. 38-28, 1:19 to play in the ball game. Wildcats need a first down to essentially put the game out of reach, but they need 7 yards to do it as Tharp brings his team up. Backfield split, Houston and Adams. Roc Hardin in the slot. Single man split out to the left. Third down and 7. Handoff goes Kiki Houston. Lots of blockers in front. Houston, first down. Breaks the tackle. Stripped to the ball. It looked as if, from my vantage point, but it's a first down, and that pretty much does it for the Wildcats as the chains are moved, and it indeed will be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats.
Well, that's a huge play, David. I believe you're right. I believe that is the ball game. Now, Clinton may have one timeout left. I'm not sure, but also another important thing is that Kiki Houston stayed in bounds. I'm sure Coach Gaddis has told these guys, whatever you do, do not get out of bounds.
Ball is at the 35-yard line, 1:05 and counting in the ball game. Adrian Porter split out to the right. Backfield split. Slot man to the right. Tharp under center. 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. Once again, Tharp looking at Coach Joe Gaddis, who once again keeping the time on his watch. Here's the handoff to Adams, and Adams just pummeled there. He'll lose 2 or 3 yards, but the clock continues to tick. 40 seconds to play in the ball game, and roadkill 98. Here's Scott Munger as the Wildcats have come to Clinton, Tennessee, and they're going to knock them off on their home field.
Well, this is great. You know, I think everybody in the stands, at least for Oak Ridge, probably most of the people from Clinton has looked forward to this game since last year. It's sweet revenge. I know Oak Ridge, I thought, looked very good. As Clinton, it looks like, is going to call a timeout. We will take one ourselves. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
The Oak Ridge fans sensing victory across the way as Oak Ridge called that timeout. Coach Gaddis huddled his team together, probably telling them, we're going to win this ball game. Let's not mess it up. Let's go out of this field with class and dignity like the Oak Ridge program is known for and renowned for across the state of Tennessee. State championship teams of the past, class in 98. Quarterback Jared Tharp snaps it, falls to one knee, and the clock is ticking down. And indeed, the game will come to a close. 14 seconds to play, 13 seconds to play. The Oak Ridge High School Wildcats have come to Clinton and knocked them off on their home field, and Oak Ridge has won the ball game 38-28, and the two teams shaking hands out at the center of the field, and are about to anyway. The Wildcats forming a line. Some fans are out on the field, and the two teams, the coaching staff, shake hands, and that's a class gesture here at the Wildcats, shaking the hands of the Clinton Dragons, congratulating them on what is an exciting ball game. Offense, if you like offense, this was the place to be, Clinton City Field, as Oak Ridge has won for the 23rd time in 26 ball games over the Clinton Dragons. Final score, 38-28. The Wildcats victorious here at Clinton, and handshakes all around. Lots of police officers. In fact, as I look to my right, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, at least 12 policemen guarding the end zone to my right. To the left, there is one lone police officer, but lots of Clinton students as the celebration takes place down on the field here at Clinton City Field. Roadkill 98, but we won't make a t-shirt. 38-28 the final score. Back on WATO following this 2-minute timeout.